Hello.
Hello.
Oh my god, so many people here already. Terrifying. Hello everybody, sorry to keep you waiting.
Yes. Hello. Hi. Yes.
Hello Ganon Doodles. Hello Colborb.
Hello,
Yep.
Dio.
And yes, hello Dio. Oh, well, okay, I instantly moved us here. Well, I guess I'm very eager to get started today. I hope everybody's doing great in this new year. It's been a week.
So far, it has been a week. I can't believe it's been
I know, right? It's like, what? Oh, it's going really quickly this year, I feel like. It's like, yeah.
But then that is scientifically the case.
Yeah, I know. The older you get, the faster things go. It's horrible.
The faster things go because the less of your, the less proportion it is of your life.
Yeah, thanks.
In comparison.
Thanks.
So it's always going to go downhill from here.
Yeah.
Time to be blindsided by missing like 2 weeks of streams that weren't the holidays. Yeah, no.
Well,
maybe.
Boy.
Has it been? I mean, yeah, friggin'. You were...
Yeah. We've seen you doing the streams.
Did we? Yeah, we saw you the week before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
I think. Or did we? Oh my goodness.
Shows us how much we pay attention to
I think
time.
you've just missed one.
I think you might have missed one because we only did one stream in the last 2 weeks because of the holidays.
Yeah. But at the same time, it might be that I'm just... Yep, Canado. Yeah. I think it's just one, but now I can't remember and I don't want to...
No. Time is a fuck.
Anyway, yeah, time is a fuck. And, boy howdy, you're going to be surprised by where we are.
This is, yeah. So, I've been very excited to get started.
Yep.
Pocket has a bit of a sore well, it's not sore as much as just...
It's just tired.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm prepared. I've been trying to rest it as much as possible.
Yeah. I'm trying not to cough, but I have a bit of a gunky throat. I'm blaming your parents somehow.
I mean, it's probably their fault. My mum's house is overly warm and overly mouldy.
Yeah, like, she can heat her house, but she doesn't open any windows.
No. And
humans!
She's surprised.
Humans, I say. Can't believe.
Wow, I just casually just let out on stream that I'm half human. I'm adopted. Do I sound higher pitched than usual? Oh boy. We're in trouble.
Well, Sholmes is, yeah, and no, we're not back on the SS board here. This is the,
this is the grouse.
This is the grouse.
I almost gave away that I'm actually a kobold. Yeah. Well, I am. So. And if I'm not, then what the hell is Socket? You got a weather headache again? Oh no.
No! Expired yogurt of a flavor. It doesn't taste good. Oh, I'm joining you there. Earlier, I'm on another course of antibiotics, believe it or not. But I was like, I'm gonna have a chocolate bar after this, like, you know, for dessert after, you know. And
she treated herself.
It tasted like mold.
Yeah.
Like, not... It's so
a
bad mold.
Perfectly acceptable, unmoldy chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yeah, perfectly in date. I actually had to double check whether or not it was in date.
Independently verified.
It was in date, right?
It was.
Well, I see 2025. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Why do you know what world tastes of? Well, as the children of boomers, we were fed a lot of moldy food.
I had so much moldy bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer. It's actually no wonder we got IBS.
Honestly, yeah, that's true. We are on the Funzeek's case still. We are
on
trying
the very
to
last
prove,
one. Yes.
We are trying to prove who killed Gregson.
Yes. Yeah, we're currently.
Well, yeah. Last week we started the very last one, right?
Yes,
the very
we
last
did.
chunk.
Yes. This is the.
So yeah.
The
chapter name is not the same. We are now currently on his last bow. Are we not?
No, that was the previous one.
Really?
These are the memoir.
Oh, the memoirs of.
Yeah. Rinosuke
Naruhodo.
And Esquire. And this is not beef stroganoff. I mean,
this
beef.
Is chicken stroganoff.
Yes.
His brother.
Yes.
Recently, your mum bought blueberries and they look perfectly fine, but every single one tasted like.
No! Oh, I hate it when that
I hate when blueberries do that.
Oh, it's the biggest betrayal.
No.
Blueberries are some of my favorite fruits because they're also one of the few I can actually eat. Like,
they're so good, and then you get one rogue one, or as you like
or
a
just
whole
a whole
punnet
batch
of rogue ones, and
so they just taste like dirt. Like, that's the problem.
No,
like,
it's true. They do. And it's like, you look them over and it's like, no,
Yeah.
this is fine. But same
Raisins.
with almonds.
Raisins can do it too.
Yeah.
And
But
almonds,
I
yeah.
find that with almonds, and it's just like, there are some that just taste
Yeah.
like amaretto.
Yeah. Currently we're not playing Rinosuke.
No, we are.
We are actually what do I have available to myself right now? I got the history. Oh, that's still
Oh,
here.
yeah, we are currently with the wondrous great detective team of Shomes and Mikitoba.
Yes, we are.
Aboard the SS
Yes.
Grouse.
And I think we're supposed to do a distraction, and we
Yeah.
tried to do the mousetrap,
Yeah, I have the numbers written down.
and we were all like choo choo, and it was like,
And we weren't 100% sure if one of them was I think a 2 or a 6.
oh yeah.
But I've written it down. I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't need to write it down, but I wanted to.
Yeah, like, we're gonna pretend that we're playing an actual bunny. Oh my god, maybe we should play Myst.
Oh, I'm gonna be
These days.
so bad at Myst these days. Like, when I was a kid, I found Myst so easy.
Yeah, but that was because you were young. You still had a lot of life to live.
I was also so much smarter when I was a child.
Same.
Like,
also
these days, I am so insanely dumb. It's just the rot has set in. There's nothing left in here. But when I was a kid, I was just like, yeah, obviously, that's puzzle is like this, and then you do that. And these days, it's just going to be humiliating.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the sound. I would like to play Myst though. Again. Well, I see you've started already.
I just wanted to click on something.
Well, good for you.
Like, if you give me the power of the cursor, it's too much freedom.
Curse
I
of
might as
the
well
cursor,
just
more
like
likely.
lock myself in. So yeah, we're investigating here, and we're trying to get him away from the door so we can investigate the room. Because Judge Jigoku is sus.
Very
He
sus.
may, I mean, he's very much on the he may have killed Gregson or knows more about it list.
Yeah.
And he has fucked off onto
Yeah.
this ship.
Yeah, except now it's... Yeah, this is...
But
we're trying to
not.
get into his room, right?
Yeah. But yeah, he has left the ship, allegedly.
Yeah,
And we're trying to get in his room.
yeah.
Oh.
And he was on a hit list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's...
And instead of Jigoku ending up dead,
Yeah.
Gregson did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and also, our friendo. Oh my god, what's his fucking name? Kazuma!
Oh, that guy.
He may have tried to kill Gregson because his katana, as like the tip, is in the box that Gregson was carrying with him.
I still want to know if he tried to kill him.
Or protect
if he was... Yeah.
He's just being very suspicious and being like, I'm not telling you. He's just being a pain in the ass.
But he's definitely been linked to somewhere where Gregson was. Oh no, because he was saying
came
that
along.
he was supposed to be the assassin.
Yeah.
He
And
was
he's like,
scheduled
no.
to be the assassin
Exactly.
who went with Gregson to kill Judge Jigoku.
Yeah.
Who, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, it's yeah.
So now,
Now
the
we're just
game,
gonna investigate
I
this.
am reliably informed, is afoot.
Oh.
Betty.
This would appear to be an alarm bell.
Allow me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't get more sus than that. All hell would break loose if that thing were to ring, and the whole crew would know about it. Well, of course, you're gonna set it off, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's like-
That's a set if off.
Oh my god, they just lost the plot, I think, here.
Set if off.
Set it off. I'm gonna set it off. Here goes then. Pardon me in advance. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
You! What are you doing? If we were at sea, that would be very bad problem!
You want me to do this one? No, you don't have anything.
I don't have anything to yell into. Does this work?
Yeah, this works.
Does this work?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
What's going on down there? Seaman's drunk enough. Report at once. Sorry, sir. Nothing to report. It was just a stupid trick. No, not by me. By world famous... No, as I told you.
Now, Sholmes, now!
Done.
Not even 5 seconds, eh?
Well, don't stand there gawping at my brilliance, Mikitoba. In we go.
Oh, yes. And this is a refresher. Mikotoba is Susato's dad.
Father. Yes.
3rd of November. SS Grouse. First class cabin number 2. Oh my god, they have the same fucking books! Oh, this looks like a mess, sir.
It does look
Oh, the same horrible desk. I hate those desks. Good gracious!
It would appear that the occupant of this cabin did indeed disembark rather hurriedly.
Yeah, I moved the whatever the fuck beware sign warning it is on the wall.
It does seem that way.
He left his sleeping hat. There's clothes on the floor there. They're Sashiro's, without question.
Well, it seems we are just a little too late.
Yes, by about 2 hours.
As how many numbers are on that combination lock?
Uh-huh.
Still, whilst we're here, we should investigate thoroughly. There may well be 2 hours worth of clues to find in here.
Did we lock the door again? Sorry, we can't get back
Imagine.
in. Like. But that burly crewman may return at any moment, Sholmes.
Indeed he may. Which makes this all the more thrilling!
Sorry, you know, yogurt with flavors inspired by cake should taste really good, but they keep putting in soggy dough crumbs into the See,
Yeah.
I like crumbs,
I don't.
but Pocket over there has trifle problems.
Oh, I have trifle problems. Yes.
So I
Trifle should be
understand.
so good, but it's not. But do Ben and Jerry's still do the birthday cake ice cream, or did they discontinue it? Because the birthday cake ice cream was god tier. I just remember the first time trying it was when I had like a really bad flu and I couldn't taste anything, but it was my birthday, and you bought it for me because you thought it would be like at least interesting textures.
Yeah.
You're like, so yeah, you've got the cold, and then you've got the sponge, and then you've got the jam, and I was like, this is so good. I can feel cake. And yeah, but it's just it had cake chunks in it, and like then little bits of like jam and icing, and then it was like vanilla icing flavor, and it was just really.
It looks like they still do it at Asda.
We just can't. Oh, we don't have an Asda anywhere near here.
Is it true that they still do
The
it at
finished baked
Asda?
sponge cake put and left to rot in yogurt. That is obscene.
That actually is.
That's horrid. Yeah. What is that? Why would you do that?
Why can I buy this from Amazon?
What?
Who the fuck is buying ice cream? You're out of stock, I betcha! Oh, limited batch, huh?
Oh well.
Anyway,
Time to
strawberry
just-
cheesecake is my hatred. I do not like it.
Strawberry cheesecake ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame because it's one of my
It's
favorites.
the first one they released in the Netherlands, and like, let me tell you, while it was good, the freezer we had wasn't the greatest.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, with that, I will continue.
Just so you know, I'm about to pour a can of Dr.
Oh!
Pepper Zero into
Oh!
this cup.
Before everybody gets a jump scare,
Oh.
also of the.
Okay,
other
so
sound,
we're about to do noising.
there might
I'm-
be a Windows noise.
Yeah, so Socket's gonna do a window noise, and I'm gonna pour a can of Dr. Pepper. So in case sounds are a problem for anybody, just give us like, I don't know, 20 seconds or so.
That's already done for me.
Okay, well.
Let's hope I didn't mess anything up. There we go. Okay.
I will now render this cup useless
Okay.
for anything other than drinking from. Well, this was the cup I used earlier on as a prop
Oh yeah.
for
you did.
my.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna do some investigation. Oh god, I pressed all the buttons and
Investigation.
none of those. Okay, well, so what the fuck did he stuff in there?
Socks? Pants?
There's a speaking tube here. Look, there's been stoppered with some cloth. Stoppered? Is that a word in English?
Stop it is indeed a word. It's what he's done with some cloth.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
You can
it's
also
just such a literal word. You guys don't tend to have such
Um,
literal words a lot of the time.
well, have you ever heard of a bottle stopper?
Yeah, I know. But like when
This-
it comes to
Yeah, no, but I mean that is what it is. We stopper a bottle. We put the stopper
Yeah.
in the bottle.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it is extremely literal for our language. It is funny, but yes, that is.
Yeah. So the voices of the the crewmen on the bridge aren't an annoyance, I suppose.
Oh, indeed, so that the voices in this cabin aren't heard elsewhere.
Could something have happened in here that was for no one else's ears, do you think?
I think the socks look a little too transparent.
Yeah,
in their
it's-
color.
I
It
agree.
was giving me pause. I was like,
I
what the
know.
hell happened here?
Yeah.
What's that on the wardrobe? Is it? Oh no, it's the hinges. They just look weirdly green.
Oh, this wardrobe did not hold any notable hooks.
Not this time round.
Either that, or it could be to prevent snakes from entering.
I know. That's really become a favourite case of yours, hasn't it?
Quite the exquisite glass, I must say. See here how it...
Is something wrong, Sholmes? You suddenly trailed off.
Ice, Mikatoba. Ice! What opulence the first-class passengers enjoy! Chilled drinks!
Pardon?
Could it be that this steamship is equipped with an electrically refrigerated cold room, do you think?
Oh.
Well, I mean, we did already discuss that. That is
Yeah.
100% what happened.
Yes.
But also, ooh!
Well, it is a luxury liner after all. They have enormous refrigerators for storing all sorts of lavish produce as well as ice.
Lavish produce, yes. Fresh detective.
On our voyage from Japan, we enjoyed culinary delights from all over the world.
Suddenly, Mikatoba, the sight of you is making my mouth water. Guess they're gonna need some of those socks. Quick. Crewman might come in at any time.
I haven't taken on the flavour of the food I ate. Okay! Okay!
I don't know if that's a science fact or a science fiction.
You know. Okay. Okay.
Spicy. You're not gonna check the wardrobe?
I am going to, but I was also just wanting to look at the awkward, like, whatever these green things are.
They're the toe socks.
Yeah, they're the toe socks, so I thought too.
thingy
Yeah.
socks.
But they look transparent.
Look weirdly transparent. It's really strange.
It's giving me anxiety.
Yeah, I don't like them.
That's a substantial heap of clothes on the floor. An overcoat, shirts, a dressing gown.
Momohiki work trousers, a Tanzan robe, haramaki waistband, clearly the clothing of a Japanese man.
And clearly, Japanese men are unaccustomed to the culture of their wardrobe.
It looks to me as if they've been thrown in a heap like that in something of a hurry.
Indeed, you could help yourself to a Japanese man's shirt, perhaps? I'm sure you made mention of packing too few.
I'd very likely drown in one of Sashira's shirts. No, I'll just buy any extras I need, I think. Okay, well, you wanted me to check the wardrobe. Let's do
Just
that.
in case.
According to the report I was given, Naruhodo was concealing himself in Asogi's wardrobe.
Indeed he was, and it was of a similar size to this one. Ah, you must climb inside yourself, my dear fellow!
What? Whatever for?
It was the site of my first fateful meeting with Mr. Naruhodo. You can experience the moment for yourself now, complete with my dramatic rhetoric. Come along now, in you go, this will only take a moment.
Really, Sholmes, surely you can tell me what you said.
Well, I uttered some brilliant remark and opened the wardrobe to reveal the stowaway murderer.
I think I'll just read about it then, in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Yes. Do you think there's anything in here?
Waste bin.
This is the waste basket. Sorry, this is the waste paper basket. Look, and there's still rubbish inside.
Indeed? Then let us pry. Oh, I've discovered recently I have a penchant for exploring the contents of others' waste paper baskets.
I sincerely hope only for your work. Yeah, no.
Ah. Here we have a notice issued to passengers from 3 days ago.
3 days ago? The night before we arrived in London, then? When I was still aboard myself. Why, these people do not do good housekeeping.
Well, if this was his original room, then it's possible that they just...
True.
Evacuation drill notice 31st
Okay, but
of
bye!
Nope-tober.
I didn't click on that, I'd like to point out.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, we'll just have to...
Well, yes, there was an evacuation drill. I remember now. Apparently Mukoto was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Eat. For our safety and security, all first-class passengers were constantly under the watchful eye of the crew. So it was a welcome relief to have some privacy for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. A notice about the practice evacuation to be carried out by the crew of the SS Crafts the night before the ship arrived in Dover. It was found in Josh Jugoku's cabin. So yeah, we're gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Because first I'm actually gonna say.
Wow.
It's just a Japanese men thing, is that what the game's
I
playing?
think so, yeah.
Hold on. Do I not? I can't bloody open it.
You can't? Wow.
No.
Okay.
Like, I was thinking maybe with options I'd no.
No. Well, I guess we'll read it later.
Well, maybe hold on. If I do back, can I?
Oh.
No, I can't check it.
Huh.
I have nothing.
Well, okay.
Beware sign?
Yeah. I mean, the trunk very clearly is for later.
These are the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Additionally, there are severe punishments for stowing away in wardrobes and/or travel cases.
I feel the rules have increased since I last read them. Probably just my imagination.
What about the fact that they're not straight on the wall? Doesn't that strike you?
You may be right. Probably just your imagination, though. A trifle. You know how I feel about trifle! No. And you know what I always say? Mikotoba, there is nothing important about trifles!
It's probably just my imagination, but I think that might be slightly off. No shit, Sholmes. The wall is slightly different colour just here. Do you see?
Indeed. What you have observed arises when a frame that has been hanging for some time is removed.
Rinosuke himself was smuggled in a suitcase, then put in a wardrobe.
And then a pet was kept in a suitcase.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah.
So...
There've been some.
Yeah. But I think they're also trying to say that we should look in the case.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps your friend is an art thief.
Is he hiding in the case, you think? He's thrown out all his clothes.
Well, something's probably in the case anyway.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's a bold deduction worthy of a great detective, I'm sure.
He may very well be the elusive thief who has been plaguing France's galleries of late.
I think perhaps we should focus our attentions elsewhere, Sholmes, don't you? That outline on the wall. I feel as though I might have spotted something of a similar shape and size elsewhere. No, not at all.
What? Like...
Dude, we're this far into the game. Come on.
Am I going mad?
Plenty of reading material to keep passengers occupied on the long sea voyages. I found the mixture of classic literature and easy reading to be most satisfactory, I must say.
Whoever stocked this bookcase was a hopeless heretic. There's no copy of the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, my dear fellows.
I'm afraid it's just me, but no, you're quite right. More blasphemous than overlooking the Bible.
I shall leave a copy behind. I just happen to have one with me.
You're a true missionary of the Church of Great Detectives, aren't you? I'm sorry. Your father is cringe, my girl. I'm just checking before I check the suitcase, because it's the obvious one.
Yeah.
Oh, I can also check the door. All the doors on this vessel have locks, I believe.
Yeah, but as we've established, sometimes they roll and they lock themselves and unlock themselves and...
A wise idea. You never know where and when criminals may strike. But, of course, to the great detective Sherlock Sholmes, lock, bolt, or shirt button, it makes no difference. All are unfastened with equal ease. Sholmes.
This is very
We're suddenly getting into like the 18 plus
yeah,
section
like,
of this game. Like,
excuse me? Like,
Now, time to unfasten the hook of thy brassiere!
the way you go on, you sound rather more like a great thief than a great detective.
With my teeth. My dear Mikatoba, as long as there is greatness, I am quite satisfied.
Of course you are.
need to get a room. Or they are in fact in a room already. I know, right?
That's a very sizable trunk indeed.
Do you think this localization team was like, I wonder how much we can get away with in the last case?
I wonder. I wonder.
I
wonder.
oh my god,
I said that. I didn't. Okay.
Shiro is partial to all things large.
And a rather clumsy fellow if he failed to notice he'd left that behind.
Perhaps he left it on purpose. It's lighter than you might think, but still a hindrance to a speedy escape.
Pity. It's locked, so we can't look inside.
I'm not sure if it was very audible on the volume we have, but that was very much the sound of shows messing with the lock and kicking it. Surely 5 seconds from now the situation will be quite different, though.
Sadly not. It has a 7-digit combination lock. And I'm not in a morose enough mood to work through all the combinations at present.
We got it. Let me at it. Oh, he shows up just to help us out.
You're still here?
Ah, Able Seaman Stroganoff. Hello again.
I was beginning to think you'd never materialize.
Yay? You are waiting for me?
Of course! I was expecting you to burst in with a hearty Russian profanity far sooner!
I was in trouble with Captain because of trick you played before.
Poor innocent Chinkin.
Chinkin.
Why did I say Chinkin? I got...
Rude.
I mispronounced his name!
Bloody rude foreigner. In return, I mispronounce your name, Mikintobo. It is all your fault. Ship is leaving port soon. Get off now.
Of course, we shall disembark presently, my dear fellow. But first, there is something that must be done.
What are you talking about?
Why, naturally. The debunking of your deceit and the bearing of the truth.
Oh no.
Kekoi? I don't know that word.
No.
But also...
I'm afraid I see through your lies. For one thing, Mr. Jigoku has not yet left this vessel at all. Oh! And for another, my dear Seaman Stroganoff, you know exactly where the man is, even as we speak.
I believe why he has the card on his arm, huh?
Don't you?
Yeah, I think so. How can you?
Good gracious, Rose! You mean you've worked it out? All of it?
It's really been too long, hasn't it, old friend? 10 years, no less. So, would you care to join me for a dance of my inimitable logic and reasoning?
Nothing would please me more!
What is this?
We have but minutes until the vessel puts to sea. No games now.
These will be Dragon Ball Z minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Time is of the essence. Mr. Stroganoff, allow me to remind you of your earlier claim. You told us that Jigoku left the ship some 2 hours ago.
That is what I said!
Sadly, that was a rather clumsy lie. You see, there is something in this room that quite clearly contradicts it.
What?
Ah, yes, of course.
I see you've noted it too, Mikotoba. Then please, do take the lead. What in this cabin shows the impossibility of Jigoku having
I don't. It doesn't automatically.
departed already? Done whatever he's done. Disembarked 2 hours ago. Thanks very much. Let's see what your last 3 years have done to your observational skills then, Mikotoba.
It's been 10 years since we last did this, Sholmes, not 3.
Why, of course it has. Quite. Now, all the clues are here in this cabin for your eyes to see. But as I always say, you must not merely look, but observe. Observe and the answers become clear. So, impress me.
I think I can manage that. Okay.
Righto.
There we go. The ice is still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gotta be it,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna go with the ice.
Yeah, Mikotoba's picture does look much more low quality
Yeah.
than James. It's like they're like, oh shit, we need artwork. Fudge. But yeah,
here you
no,
go.
right? The ice, unless it's
Yeah.
really air conditioned in this.
Yeah, no, I refuse to.
Take that!
Glass containing ice.
Pardon me. Oh dear.
Perhaps you should have cleared away that glass.
How curious that the ice shouldn't have melted, despite it being abandoned 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I mean they couldn't bother to animate or like get higher res, but they sure as
But they
fuck
sure
could
as
make
hell
him do a little tap dance.
Can do a little tap dance. Yeah.
Ah,
It would appear that the man was here in this very cabin until moments before our arrival. With this well-chilled glass in hand.
get your mind off the refreshments, Sholmes.
One might even conclude that somebody informed him of our boarding. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Stroganoff?
But why would Shishiro run from us?
Before we consider that question, allow me to confirm one small matter. Would I be correct in saying that these first-class cabins of the SS Grouse are the same ones in which you and Mr. Jigoku were accommodated on your voyage from Japan?
Ah, that's right. They are. I was in the cabin next door, and Shishiro was. Yes. 50 days in this very cabin during our voyage.
As I suspected. For you see, there are traces in this cabin of a dark secret that Mr. Jigoku had to hide.
What tracers?
I know nothing about this.
Ah, this is news to you, is it, Mr. Stroganoff?
Sholmes, what exactly are you getting at?
As I said, there are traces in this cabin of some nefarious activity. Something that appears out of place, which I'm quite sure won't have escaped your notice.
Something out of place in here.
That's the key to this, Mikotoba. The remnants of a dark deed that took place in here are being masked by something quite incongruous. I must say I didn't foresee ever doing this dance of deduction with you again, Mikotoba.
No, quite. But life is full of unexpected twists and turns, as we well know.
I'm taking this dance quite literally, in fact.
Now then, let's see if I can Now then, let's see if I can't uncover the truth here.
Yes, you have the floor, my dear fellow.
It's gotta be this.
It has to be, right? Like,
Yeah. Take that! Like, it's out of place. Oh god.
oh boy. Again.
It's the rules of passage in this frame here. They're obviously out of place. The way they're hanging crooked on the wall, as if they were put there in a hurry.
I quite like the sliding and spinning. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yes, as I'm sure you've already concluded. That frame was originally over here. The shape and size are a perfect match. Dal, you are right. When did frame move? Hardly the most observant of crewmen, are you, Mr. Stroganoff? I would think your captain is quite justified in having his reservations about your reliability. Oh!
Oh dear. That really seemed to touch a nerve.
So, Mikotoba, why don't you lift that frame off the wall?
Probably hides, like, I don't know, katana slash or gunshot.
Gunshot! That looks like a bullet hole!
What? Who has been shooting walls?
Lucky nobody else got hit by that,
No,
actually.
right?
It looks like freaking American
I guess it's stuck.
balls.
It's not in the drywall.
I see the projectile has been removed.
That's true, it's better than American balls.
Clearly, the careful occupant of this room has already disposed of it.
Yeah, no blood. That is suspicious. That's kind of surprising.
Now then, Mr. Stroganoff. Ah! I have the distinct impression that you're attempting to shield said occupant.
I think it is just weirdly done rather than
Yeah.
into the room, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I try to protect Eastern Stranger? Ah, so we're talking about the same man, I see. Good. Oh! I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this in no time, aren't you? Because there's some very noteworthy evidence that explains the reason why you're lying for the man. Yes, you've been told to keep up this pretense as clearly shown by...
I really don't know how to approach this one, Sholmes.
Ah, my dear Mikotoba, simply keep first principles in mind. Study your subject from every angle. And I'm quite sure that you'll see it. In fact, I'd put a wager on it.
This game has made us do so many ridiculous shit in court.
Yeah, right?
And then this baby mode,
Like,
oh!
I'm thinking about last week where we had to dance through hoops and
Yeah.
like reload multiple times just
Was-
to find out what the hell it wanted us to click on.
Like, was this supposed to be the first case of the sequel or something?
It makes
Like,
me
I don't know,
wonder.
man.
But
Yeah, it's a hint. It's to look at
It's to look at
chicken
the-
and like
the-
look at his arm.
yeah, it's
because it
definitely
has-
to look at the numbers written
Yeah.
there for sure. Those trousers do not fit right, no.
So I'm to glare at this fellow from all sides. Well, I can certainly do that.
Oh my.
Like we have literally. Oh my god! Oh my god! There we go.
Okay, that's an angle and a half.
Present. Take that. Tattoo. Wait, no.
All the things she said, all the things she said.
What? Mikotoba. Oh,
Mikotoba, no games now were my words, were they not?
oh, did I just?
Apparently not.
Come, Sholmes. Where's the fun in life without a little fooling around? Worth it.
Quite right you are!
Okay, now I take it back. The game's being stupid. That was a close shave. I'd better rethink, but before I'm the fool here. Okay, fine. Let's check out.
Do you literally not have the option to investigate stuff?
Weirdly enough, no. That's
Huh.
what's confused me too.
It's interesting.
So, a Russian crewman is aiding a Japanese man to evade capture by an English detective.
Nationality needn't come into it. In this respect, at least, all humans are the same. Now ask yourself, what can spur a man to do the bidding of another about whom he knows precious little? There's only one thing in the whole world with such repugnant, bottomless power.
So he's got money in his back pocket, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm mixing. Let's not get carried away now, Sholmes. Yeah, he'll have money in his back pocket.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I did wonder why he didn't turn him.
Yeah, I was like,
What of banknotes in pocket?
actually, what I was trying to do, and I was investigate, because normally
Yeah.
they make you first look
normally-
at it. You can't just
exactly
present
that.
it. So it kind of was like, okay, yeah, well, I'll check
Yeah, so
that
it's
that thing
really-
out.
Really
And then
strange
it was the
that
present one. Yeah. So, yeah, my bad.
They change stuff up so much. It's
Yeah.
really odd. I agree.
Stick to your system.
Yeah,
Oh god, here we go. It's almost too obvious for words.
Quite. The universal language of the world. Money. Ah,
And I'd wager that the Eastern fellow in question is Sashiro Jigoku, yes?
gah!
So, I presume you realize what this means. There are clear signs that a crime has been committed in this cabin. And the way you're going, sir, you'll find yourself accused of being an accomplice.
But I believe you know, Mr. Stroganoff.
Alright, 1 sec. Ah! I can press buttons.
You know where Mr. Jigoku is hiding at this precise moment in time.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to follow where he's looking. I betcha.
As always, Mikotoba, in matters of deduction, the furtive glance is your unfaltering ally.
Yes, I think you're onto something there, Sholmes. You found a chink in this burly fellow's armor.
We need only follow the man's gaze to know where our prey is hiding.
Maybe he's been doing his yoga exercises and he can fold into that suitcase just fine.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
But he is on the whole a little large for that.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
have
he
thought.
is.
The slightest flicker of the pupils, a minutely delayed blink. Nothing escapes my attention, even that which is barely perceptible.
You could hardly call this barely perceptible, Sholmes. The man's turned his entire head. It's not exactly what you describe as a furtive glance, is it? It's almost too obvious.
We shall let your tapping toes decide, my dear fellow.
Wow. Do you think it could be the large trunk?
I laugh at Jigoku.
Or is he looking at the waste paper basket? It's clearly here, right?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
the
one.
urge! I can't.
It's-
I can't. I won't do it, but the urge to present first.
I desperate, yeah.
Can I can't. Oh no, I can't save here, so I won't.
That's a pain. Oh
I'll
well.
present the trunk. Large
that it?
trunk.
Yeah.
Tippy tappy, tippy tappy. Toot toot.
You turned immediately to look at this large trunk, didn't you?
Ah,
The truth is, Sashiro Jigoku was unable to escape the ship in time, and is, at this very moment, doing his best to stifle his breath inside this trunk.
if he still has a breath to take, I fear he may be running dangerously low on air. Especially after we did the deed on top of it.
Oh,
I imagine he didn't count on us making a nuisance of ourselves for quite so long.
Well, I wasn't expecting that to work out as well as it did.
I have quite the stamina, you know. I think it would be in everyone's best interests for us to open the trunk as quickly as possible.
but how can we? Are you forgetting about a combination lock? We don't know the 7-digit code!
The combination lock can't be opened from inside the trunk. Therefore, there must have been an arrangement for somebody to open it after our departure.
Of course.
In short, before Jigoku hid himself inside that trunk, he must have told somebody the 7-digit number for the lock. As I'm sure you can confirm, Mr. Stroganoff.
I do think it's cute that the game confirms that Sherms has just absolutely been playing an
Yeah.
idiot around us.
Yeah.
Like, he gets
Yeah.
to choose, I mean, just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the alternative was being sentenced to death in court and getting fireworks when convicted. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd also
No,
prefer
right.
it. Well, I'm not sure.
Casually dying in a trunk
Uh,
with Shomes and Mikatoba bonking on top of you? Yeah, I'd prefer that too.
No, I know nothing about combination code.
thank you for showing us.
That
some
is
more.
very subtle. Don't move a muscle, my good seaman.
Huh?
Now, Mikatoba, would you do the honors and open the trunk?
So is it 5, 6, 3, 1, 0, 4, 5?
I have written here 5631045.
Yeah, that's the one.
But we weren't 100% sure if it was a 6 or a 2. Because that 6
That's still
is
a 6 to me. No,
backwards.
Yeah, it's a 2. Yeah, it's a 2, you're right. It's a very
If-
real way of writing the 2, however.
Hmm?
It's a very peculiar way of writing
Yeah,
the 2.
but I have seen.
Yeah, no, it would be the wrong way around for a 6. Or not. I think it's still 6.
I just turned the number I wrote.
Yeah, it's a 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
It's
it would
a
have
2.
to be a 2 because if it's a 6, it's backwards.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking once I turned my head around.
Yeah, because we did 6,
Yeah.
and then somebody in chat was wondering about 2 last time
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
correct.
agree that that is correct.
Yeah. How on earth do you expect me?
But yeah, you learned it with that swirly? Yeah, I
So
learned
did
it
I.
too. Yeah, it's like the cursive way of writing 2s, and I
But in this
do not do that.
No, but in this particular handwriting, it does not work
No,
for me
it
personally.
doesn't, but
It's
I
a
think...
curse. Yeah, you have to have the rest. I get what it is.
Well, yeah, because they had to make it look like an E.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do not like it.
It's a 7-digit number, remember? Quickly now, we have little time.
I think if you ask most younger people to read that, they're not going to get it.
No, they're not. But at the same time...
Oh. Is it just gonna even move it around for us? Oh my god. Okay.
No.
Oh wow! They actually
made us think.
Woo!
Okay.
Okay.
So, 5,
Oop, 5, yeah.
2,
2.
3. You just wrote a 0, but
Oops.
okay.
Why did I just... There we go. 5, 2, 3.
3, 1.
1.
That's a 5.
Oh my...
What is wrong?
I hit it goes the wrong way around. Like, you know this?
Oh,
It actually it goes in the direction that you would pull it down, like if you
Oh,
would swipe
like right
it.
when you swipe
Yeah,
it.
so
I
this,
see.
you
So
see,
you,
like, yeah,
you did it
that
one
would be
thing
like,
and
yeah.
then just, like genuinely felt like I was having a stroke.
No.
I was like,
Give me the next
but
stump.
that's a 5.
Yeah, that's why.
Also, the numbers don't go up to 6, so it has to be a 2.
Oh yeah, that's how
Just
they did it.
realised,
That's
yeah.
clever. Yeah.
0,
Mhm.
4, 5.
There we go. So 5, 2, 3, 1, 0, 4, 5.
That's what I've got written down here.
Okay. Well, present.
Take that!
Oh my god, we're gonna open it.
Oh, do we all feel like total geniuses, chat? Because I sure do.
Quick,
Hello. That did it.
how it will
It's-
come, Mr. Goku.
It's open. You had to meddle, didn't you? Oh my god!
Wow, he really has been doing his
Wow.
flexibility.
Well, Jujin, you found me now. Sashiro.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No, there is absolutely no way. I'm
Uh-uh.
suspending my disbelief. I
Yeah.
also think that trunk must be larger.
Yeah. I was really hoping beyond hope not to find you here, you know. But you're not entirely unsurprised, I take it. No, quite. I just wish it were some other way.
Well, are you ever going to introduce me?
Ah, your reputation precedes you, Mr. Sholmes. I've read your stories of many of your exploits. Excuse my manners, Sholmes. This is Mr. Jigoku, my old friend and travelling companion.
The devil is in the details, Mikotoba. I believe you meant to say your old friend and travelling companion, who made the cowardly decision to flee the country without a word to anyone when things turned sour.
I see my reputation precedes me as well. What an honour! Well, Sushiro, are you going to explain all this? You know it all by now, I imagine. What you didn't know, of course, is that 3 days ago, on the night before our arrival in Britain, an attempt was made on my life here on this very ship. By the Reaper of the Bailey. Yes, I have since heard. Because you were one prosecuted by the Reaper, weren't you? 10 years ago now, mind you. And I had no idea at the time what a dangerous individual he was. Anyway, when we arrived in London to find the symposium... Anyway, when we arrived in London to find the symposium was postponed until goodness knows when, it became all too apparent to me that I might very well be targeted again. Yeah, that's a nice excuse, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So you decided to flee the capital without saying a word to me about it? I'm afraid so, yes. Of course, I realise now that I really ought to have confided in you. It's somewhat surprising, I must say. Oh, that's you?
It's somewhat surprising.
Yeah.
It's somewhat surprising, I must say. I don't know why they suddenly sometimes do that.
Yeah,
it's like he's been here the whole time, but okay.
What is?
Well, first-class cabins aboard luxury steamships are in very short supply. It's more than a little hard to believe that this one just happened to be available.
Yeah, he just,
Sholmes has been playing us the whole time. It is funny.
So says the protagonist of some colourful short stories. Well, I don't care for your opinion. Okay, sure. The cabin did just happen to be available. So I purchased a ticket, and here I am. I've just seen for myself the obvious remnants of that incident in this cabin. So you'd already purchased your return ticket before we even docked in Dover, hadn't you? To prevent anyone else taking this cabin and seeing the evidence? Is that it? Juji, I have nothing to say to you.
Well, in a mere 5 minutes, this ship will set off on its onward voyage and not make port again until Italy.
I like how we just got on there and they're like, no stowaways, doesn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, no problem.
I'm afraid we must insist that you disembark with us at once.
Like, why are they not being all like, Captain?
Right.
There's two weird people on board that won't fuck off.
You think?
You have no jurisdiction over my movements. We have this, Sushiro. Take it. What is it? It's a subpoena from the Old Bailey. You're a man of the law. You know what the ramifications of ignoring a document like this from the British court would be. Oh, he's kind of angry when he does this face. Oh no, I don't. You came prepared then, Jujin. Come on, let's go.
One moment.
What is it, Sholmes?
Inside Mr. Jigoku's trunk, I found this rather fascinating trinket.
Oh, don't play stupid. What's that? Sushiro? I can't help you, I'm afraid. Some small component from something. But what? I have no idea.
I know.
Yeah, we
And
all
I think
know.
we all know.
By the looks on his face, I think he genuinely doesn't know. Idiot.
Well, let us pocket it as a small souvenir of our brief sojourn in France.
The small component has been entered into the court record. Small component. A small machine part that Mr. Sholmes found in Judge Jigoku's cabin on the SS Grouse. Well, young Naruhodo, I think we've done as much as we can, I'm afraid. The rest will be on the shoulders of you and your assistant.
We gonna go back to court then, huh?
Yeah. But how are we going to convey the small component?
No, right?
Like, I'm just going to describe it
I guess.
with words?
Yeah.
Oh!
Hello, I've missed not you.
Kazuma Hosoki. I know you, and I know you wouldn't lie, but still, there's no doubt that you're holding something back. You know more than you're saying. I want to say.
He's holding back, he's hiding, but what I can't decide. Well, won't he be the prosecutor I
Looking
know
for?
he is? The prosecutor I see inside.
I hope Mikotoba's mistake earlier doesn't carry on with us in court. Oh, I forgot about you! How did I? Oh yeah! That's also a thing. Strong-eyed is the judge.
Yeah. James is going to send us a small component through the walkie-talkie because that's somehow possible. Yes.
Yes.
He's just going to jab it in his ear and pray. I would pay for that.
You get to do Strongheart again. I am so sorry for your loss. I forgot about this.
I need some tea.
Do you now? It sounded sarky. It's like you definitely need tea. Yeah, you didn't do your warm-ups, did you? Oh.
During the past 30 minutes, while this court was adjourned, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Jigoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained.
We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper has already done the deed. There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. The prosecution calls for an immediate verdict.
Objection.
Oh, I get to do an objection?
Yay!
No, the trial cannot end now.
Watch him get a cutscene that's the flattest voice imaginable, right? No, maybe he's just like, I'm Strongheart, and I declare this man super mega ultra guilty. That's the, yeah. You know,
Cheap sound.
now I feel bad for myself that I didn't just do that. I should have just given him the Discord kitten voice from the beginning, and then
That's
we'd
okay.
all be so much happier.
It's okay if he ever shows up in those extra cases that we're definitely never going to read out loud. You can give him Discord kitten voice.
I think we would all prefer that, wouldn't we? Wouldn't we? I am Prosecutor Strongheart. I have no knowledge of all the people doing all the murders for me, and I have nothing to do with the Reaper whatsoever. Oh my god, Reaper's such a bad man! Oh.
That does sound really wrong.
Mayor Strongheart, practice.
It's her years of torturing me with this voice.
It's so much practice. You have no idea. Socket really, really hates it. So.
It's okay, it's still better than your American country voice.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like that cowboy voice? You don't like it? That's pretty Garlanist, Diffie. Socket's just not into that rootin' tootin' Garlan salutin' that we all know and love. Fine,
Get back to your Kazuma!
fucking line. Oh my god, you're so mean to me. You're a Japanese man, Rinosuke. You should know when to lay down your sword.
And you should know never to presume when the battle is won.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you tell him, Naruto.
He said it. The court has already been presented with all the evidence and heard all relevant testimony. And there can only be one conclusion, that the accused is guilty.
All relevant testimony? Far from it. There's still a crucial witness. From
Whom?
The court is yet to hear a single word of testimony.
Whomble of Wimbledon.
In that case, call your witness to the stand at once, counsel.
I'm not gonna do
Okay,
Yeah.
who got their hands on Strong Heart's balls there? I don't want to know. But if it's one of you, chat, stop it at once. For my sake.
Oh, that's an extremely unpleasant mental image, thank you so much. He accidentally stuck the unicorn somewhere that it shouldn't have been.
Well, Calendar seems to know it. Also, by the way, thank you for the resubscribe.
Yes, thank you for the research.
Earlier. I
Yeah.
forgot to thank you. I was too... Ah. Yes, my lord. Tomorrow, if possible.
The witness is already on his way and scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Who on earth is this crucial witness?
Sashiro Jigoku. The very man allegedly murdered by the Reaper.
That's Jigoku! You found him!
I hate the sound of that thing.
I'm not gonna be doing the I'm not keeping doing the voice, but I do need to stand up because otherwise apparently I can't get the... Yeah.
But the investigations of every policing resource in the capital suggest that Jigoku is already dead.
Oh.
How?
I can't do that, I'm already standing, but okay.
How in the name of God did you find the man?
He was located in France during the recess. At the port of Dunkirk.
Alright, how can you presume him dead just because you can't find him?
Yeah,
I haven't seen him. He has no Facebook account. Therefore, he is deceased.
delete this as LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Thanks to one of Mr. Herlock Sholmes' famous deductions.
Herlock Sholmes.
Doesn't like the man. Inspector Gregson almost certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death.
Von Six has just had to stand there and not break 50 chalices. He must be devastated. He did manage, however, to break one. I think he smuggled it in and smashed it.
Yeah.
After doing the thing, I was so pleased that he was all like,
we go on.
forgive me for standing here accused of murder, but I must break a chalice!
Because along with Professor Asogi, Gregson was on a mission to assassinate the man. Which means that Sashiro Jigoku is the sole witness, who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grouse on the 31st of October. Fun Six is disassociating, I think, now. Like,
Yeah, just standing there. Also, I love that
honestly,
he's
this
like...
is Fun Six right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna have to pull this one out. This is
Yeah,
like
Strongheart-
another day of the shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Strongheart didn't make it mad. He raised his chalice at him. I forgot. He was like,
How dare!
Mm-hmm.
Well, it would appear that it's too soon to move to adjudication at this point.
The prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mr. Jigoku's testimony. No judgment should be passed until all testimony has been considered.
In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will reconvene at the same hour tomorrow.
Good morning, Terry. Are you wandering around being sus? You sussy sausage. The sussy sausage. Hello.
Don't break.
Dog break.
She's been sipping.
She's been sipping. You got a wet face. Oh, you're so beautiful. You should please don't lick my hand. Okay, we're doing this. That's nice. I will love you too. I love you. Yes, you are.
I'm sorry we don't have a door camera.
No.
But she cannot be picked up anyway.
No.
Where was my assassin? I mean, yes, court business.
Yes. Technically, his assassin is the prosecution.
Yes. And they were like, nah, mate.
Brother Gregson was on the case, then in the case, then his case was thrown out.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
No objections from either side.
No.
What are you doing? What did you get on your controller and why
Chocolate?
is it chocolate?
I have no idea how I got a cross chocolate on it, but I did. That's cool. That's cool. No, my lord!
No objections, my lord.
As I was saying, we live to fight another day. By the skin of our teeth. To be continued. Okay, well, nice stream. See you later. Bye.
I like that you joke about that, but I think chat probably believes you.
I know.
The kind of thing you've done before. And then you blame me. Something, Pocket's voice.
Wow, it's been an hour. Don't do it
I
an
know.
hour in. 2 hours, yes. 1 hour, no. The unexpected halt of proceedings sent a clamour around the courtroom. But outside the Bailey, where Londoners knew nothing about the secret trial within, it was a typical still night. Then, at little past 8 o'clock that evening, Mr. Sholmes and his partner returned to Baker Street. Oh, it's nice that we
It
are
would never
acknowledging
hurt
the
this
Katana.
widow Kasune's feelings. Wow, it's Christmas dinner apparently all of a sudden. If we
That's
visit
a large
Van Zeeks in
goose.
prison now, he'll just, that's a normal sized goose.
Oh my god!
He'll just sit in the corner and stare at the wall, refusing to talk to us. Yeah, and I love that.
It's the 3rd of November. Why?
I have absolutely no idea. Maybe this is just a cozy dinner by the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, which definitely means those. Yeah, no. For a second, I thought they were like Christmas decorations, but no, those are just leaves.
Pardon? Oh yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
just like yeah. Sholmes got paid.
Oh,
For sure.
Sholmes did for sure.
Yeah,
He got his money.
He got his OnlyFans payout.
he coined.
We have returned, my dear fellows.
Welcome back to Britain, and thank you for your timely help.
My timely-wimely help. You're welcome. Think nothing of it. I believe you've had an even more wearing day than Mikatober and I. No?
You could say that. Actually, how did they get back so quickly?
Well, they were only in France.
Yeah? Like, and then they had to take the train,
Train
back?
It's like 8 p.m., bruh.
Still.
That took hours.
That still seems fast.
No.
Okay, no, let me put it this way. It takes about as long as it does do in modern days. That confuses me as a Dutch person.
Well, yeah, but it's because in modern days, if I'm taking the ferry and then the train, nothing much has changed, if I'm perfectly
No,
honest.
not in the UK. Certainly. Without
Yeah.
public transport.
Quite. And a ship back across the English Channel, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, which I think still takes, give or take, maybe an hour more than it used to.
Yeah. No, you make a good point.
It was pre-lunchtime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought.
I don't heckin' remember. Anyway. you
It
could s-
definitely. Anyway,
You
sorry.
could say that we were on the brink of defeat in court earlier.
So, this prosecutor, Asogi, had you on the ropes, did he? And he's your best friend, you say?
Well, he's not really the man I knew in Japan anymore. Kazuma's changed.
Oh, Mr. Naruto.
I mean, it's incredible to think that he'd even entertained the idea of acting as the Reaper's assassin.
Well, nevertheless, you must introduce me. After all, I've only ever met the young man as a corpse. And back then he still had his tentacles on.
When all things started, almost a year ago now. Mr. Sholmes still hasn't told us the truth about what really happened back then. About the motivation for what he himself described as a great detective's lie.
Now then, I must say it's really quite a journey all the way to France.
Well, it is another country, Mr. Sholmes. So, what news of Judge Jigoku?
We took him to Scotland Yard. The investigation detectives there have a lot of questions for the man. Poor Professor Mikotoba. This must be quite a shock for him.
Ah, yes. I picked this up at the telegraph office on our way home.
Why is it?
Surely you haven't forgotten already. I put upon you for the matter only yesterday.
You put upon me, Sholmes. I had to fill out your telegram to Japan and foot the bill as well.
Oh, you've had a reply already.
I say yes.
Still not over the fact that Kazuma went with the victim of the case to go and murder someone, and that just didn't matter much. No, right? Yeah. Like, he even in court admitted, like, yes, I was a paid assassin. Well, I don't know if he was paid, actually. He was just an assassin.
Yeah, yeah,
What of it?
yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing to... We can only investigate that after the case has ended.
Yeah,
I
we'll
guess.
deal with that later.
Yeah,
And he
but
was
he's
all like,
also-
but I never actually meant to murder anyone, so it's fine. You can't tell me off for that.
Yeah, nothing happened. Exactly. That has to be
Yeah.
it. Yeah. What was so urgent though, Mr. Sholmes?
Such matters can wait until later. I'm far too hungry for an involved conversation at present.
Well, that is good news, because supper is ready, everyone.
Ah, and what a feast it is! If I were none the wiser, I'd think the trial were won already. Roast beef, kippers, stew, steak and kidney pie, Yorkshire pudding.
That's not
fuck
roast
is that-
beef, Sholmes.
That isn't, no. A, that's not roast beef, and B, where the fuck are there kippers in here?
Are those the weird, like...
No.
No, that's a slice of pie.
That's a slice of pie, and that's not beef.
Like, did they just reference Thanksgiving dinner or what?
Looks like it.
Tomorrow could be a very long day, so eat up.
In that case, I think I'll seat myself just here. This place appears to be the only one set with a helping of pheasant as well.
Where the fuck
That
is the
is
pheasant?
not a pheasant.
Pheasants are pathetically small.
Tiny.
They're delicious, but...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Hurley. Not there.
Why ever not? Are we in set places this evening?
It's probably Toby's.
Yes, and that place, oh, okay, it's for Susie's study.
For me?
That's right. I made it especially for you, Professor Mickey.
I see. Well, that's terribly kind of you. Oh,
It's a shame, really.
what do you mean?
Well, for a brief moment, I believed it. That Susie and I were half-sisters, I mean.
Oh,
Yeah, no, sure, you're not getting out of this one now.
Iris,
Do you mean? Yes, I know now. I overheard yesterday. I secretly listened in to the conversation you had after I tricked you all into thinking I'd left.
What?
yeah. Of course she did. Classic Iris.
The misunderstanding arose because of that autopsy report from 10 years ago. But actually, it turned out that neither Dr. Wilson nor Professor Mikotoba are Iris's father. Are we going to get answers now, though?
Are we though?
Yes, about that, Iris. You know,
I know. You can't tell me at the moment.
Oh, Iris.
Oh, Sholmes does this from time to time when he's
Just
shocked.
crumples.
He just crumples.
Yeah, I love it.
The pheasant is by way of an apology. I'm sorry for eavesdropping.
Oh, no, that's quite alright.
then why don't I get any apologetic pheasant?
Oh, Sholmes. I have a suspicion who Iris is related to.
You've told
And I'm
your
not-
suspicions to me, and I have a sneaking suspicion that I
And this
agree
confirms
with
it
you.
only more. Because I was thinking, well, Mikatoba, I mean, who knows, you know?
Yeah.
But nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
But I might be wrong also, and I'm not going to say anything.
no. I mean, it's also based on the fact how dodgy Sholmes has been about a particular case. And
Yeah.
I think that really makes me think that she's somehow related to the Baskervilles.
Yes,
That
definitely.
that is all I can think of.
Yeah. Something to do with the Baskervilles thing that we haven't quite actually got to the bottom of yet.
Yeah.
Which could be or might not be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially, actually, her parents could have been killed by the professor. Actually,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
which only just occurred to me.
Yeah. The daughter of the real professor.
Yeah.
That would
that
be yeah.
Daughter of
yeah.
the real Professor TM is indeed what
Yeah.
I believe we were wondering about.
That was
at
the
one
other.
point.
Yeah. So
But
I don't know.
either that
Mm,
or alternatively,
Yeah. yeah.
someone who was murdered by the real Professor and therefore adopted by
Yeah.
God knows. How long is this case?
I don't
Absolutely
know.
no idea.
No. It's like I have no idea how this is all gonna get wrapped up. And like we have to get Van Zieks free. We have to to deal with the Gregson death.
Yep.
We have to somehow reveal Iris is like
But I'm hoping that it's going to be fixed all quite comfortably and
Yeah.
not rushed. But I have a suspicion that it
yeah. And there's not a lot of space left, and I'm like concerned.
might. Big yip pebbles.
What do you mean? It's like all capital yip.
Yeah!
There you go.
You want to somehow...
Dio, I have a horrid feeling because
Oh,
because I mean the professor thing, right?
Tamagotchi check.
Oh, thank you. Because we have okay, sorry, I'll do Tamagotchi check. I can't do two things at once.
Besides, Iris served Van Ziek's tea
Yeah, and
in
he-
the court, and
he
he
was-
was nice to her.
Yeah, I'm suspicious.
Which
Like,
instantly means that they're probably related.
yeah, I've never seen the man be nice to anyone.
No, right? I mean, he was briefly nice to us.
So is she like?
Adjacent. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know, man. What does this man know also about her?
She does have all the frills that his family have, I know, right?
Wait,
Because fashion
does
sense
she?
is hereditary. She has the neck frills and stuff too.
Oh God, she does, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But then mixed with Sholmes' fashion sense, meaning that she's also Sholmes' baby. Meaning that Sholmes and Van Ziek's...
she got the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a menace in society.
Yep. Yeah, the eye colour too, right? Yeah, we were wondering if she was in that
Unfortunate.
around that vague.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope there's no trauma there. Anyway.
Should be fine either way, right? Anyway, we just don't know.
Well, she kind of got the eyes. Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
Yeah, she kind of does got the eyes going on there. Either way.
Yeah, but there's so many people in this
There
fucking
are-
game who look alike who are unrelated.
Exactly.
So-
It could be anybody. She also, like, yeah, the hair is completely different.
Van Ziek's eyes are actually. No, we have none with his eyes open. But
No.
doesn't he have paler eyes?
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean
No.
much.
I know. Anyway,
But yeah.
so just who is Iris's father? I suppose that's not something we'll be finding out today. Well, fuck you two, gang.
So then, let us dine while our largely pheasantless plates are still piping hot.
Shut up, Sholmes. Fine idea, Sholmes. It all looks absolutely delicious.
Eat as much as you like. There are always seconds.
I mean, I'm gonna guess that she got the cheery attitude from her mum's side.
Yeah, let's say that.
Or it's Sholmes' influence.
Well, I mean, nature versus nurture
Yeah,
and all that.
exactly.
Yeah. Or she's just a chipper young thing.
This could be our last chance to ask questions before tomorrow's trial. About that telegram from Japan and about Kazuma. I can't let this opportunity slip away! Fun dinner conversation. Let's talk about Kazuma.
What?
Why does he look tied up? Oh, it's his arm is in front of him! I literally just like, what is going on? Why does it look like somebody like tied his arm behind him? I can't...
I mean, even with his arms in front of him, he still looks like he's been bound. Also, yeah, shoes on the couch.
Sir.
Most improper.
Okay, well...
Disgusting.
The game locked me in, and I appear to be... Can I just look around? Let's look at the table. Oh no, there's... Oh, okay, sure. I can't investigate the fucking food on the table. I can do other things. I can investigate this. Fine.
I guess you already investigated the food,
There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. This is the same shit game.
Yeah.
It looks as though it might topple, and yet it doesn't. The epitome of Mr. Sholmes' brilliance.
Yeah, that's why Sholmes is pounding.
Yep.
I don't get it. As it happens, I'm quite well practiced when it comes to stacking shelves myself. Just the other day, the shelf in my office finally gave way under the strain, though.
It looks as though it might topple, and it does. Yes, the epitome of your disarray.
Game, don't call me out like this. I really don't get it. Alright, I guess I'm gonna talk to Sholmes.
He looks like a sulky bottom.
Can we talk about that it says look around and look around?
It does, doesn't it?
I never realised
No, but
it's
it's look
for
around
this.
left and look
Yeah.
around right.
Oh yeah, well, it's very
Because
weird
of the little
game.
tiny button. But yeah. Okay, yeah, click on the brothy sub. Go on then.
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
Sulking, my good man.
Surely it's abundantly clear that I wasn't brooding over Mikatoba's refusal to share his pheasant with me. Nevertheless,
That's a euphemism, isn't it?
I felt the need to withdraw from the social circle for a while and look on with hungry eyes.
Sorry, Hurley, but I cooked that pheasant especially for Susie's daddy.
Even though I've played the role of father to you for far longer.
Mr. Sholmes, could I discuss some things with you?
Certainly, my dear fellow, I find myself quite in the mood for a spell of conversation. No doubt, you're hungry to learn more of my deep love of game.
I can probably contain my curiosities on that one. Or curiosity, as it might be. Whatever.
You needn't look at me in that fashion.
In what fashion?
It seems that before we discuss the pheasant, we have some rather unpheasant matters to discuss.
We need to discuss the matter of the pheasant plucker's son, I see.
Kazuma's death doesn't exist. Can I look at our court record? Yes, there we go. I actually meant to check. Because we added...
We added the
Aha!
evacuation drill. Following
There we go.
departure from the port of Dunkirk, all crew members are required to assemble on the main deck at 10 p.m. in order to review evacuation procedures. The drill will take 20 minutes. Crew to resume duties as soon as the drill is over.
This will come in
Yeah, that will definitely come in
later.
important because
Yeah.
that's presumably when they got on board the ship. And this is from Gregson's gun. I mean, not Gregson's gun. The gun. It's the gun, surely. Or is it the watch?
The watch had a missing piece.
Did it? I thought it was the gun that had a missing piece.
Oh, actually, maybe.
Oh no, the watch did have a missing piece.
Yeah, see? The
Or
top
does
part
it?
is missing.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah, duh. I'm a dumb fuck.
Oh,
I was
the
thinking-
game wants me to look at it again? Sure, it's
Apparently,
gonna give me
yeah,
the same
probably.
details.
But yeah, no, I was thinking it was the bit from the bottom of the gun because we were also missing that, but I think I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small horn
Much
here.
more
Look.
like a watch bit.
Yeah.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time.
Yeah. In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe?
Maybe. Who knew?
Wow!
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, so wasn't there a bit missing from the gun as well, though? I thought.
So let's all
We don't
appreciate
have the gun.
here.
Yeah, he's amazing.
No, we did not. Maybe we do. Let me check. I'm sorry for getting this
Oh,
straight.
that's okay. Oh yeah, no, there's like a little loopy bit at the bottom, and that's what
Yeah.
I was getting mixed up
Yeah,
because the little
that's
loopy
cool.
bit seems still really weird to me.
Yeah, it looks a little bad for place. Anyway.
But yeah, that's definitely from the watch, and I'm an idiot because yeah.
You see these little things all over the place, don't you? It's the part of the top of a pocket watch that you twist to set the time, isn't it?
It's called the crown, I believe. A watch would be quite useless without one.
The crown? Like what sits on top of a monarch's head? That's a very grand name for such a tiny part. But actually,
Yes, Mr. Naruto?
if this is a crown, I have a feeling I might have seen a monarch around here somewhere with a very bare head.
If by monarch you mean pocket watch, then I'm quite sure you have.
Okay, the game is like it goes on top of there. Shut the hell
The
up.
game
We
is
don't
the
need
game is
to,
pretty
like...
yeah.
Oops, I didn't mean to examine anything unless there's like something about no pheasant here. No. Okay. Let's talk about Kazuma's death first. That's a tragedy we had to go through on the SS Burya. It was all for nothing. Kazuma wasn't dead at all. We were completely taken in by the lie you told us. Your great detective's lie.
I took no pleasure in deceiving you. However, at the time, all that concerned me was preventing the young man's study tour from taking place, whatever the cost.
Oh my. What?
I capitalized on the events that transpired to see that he was sent back to Japan.
His remains, you mean?
Precisely, Miss Susato. And then I made sure that somebody else was sent to Britain in his stead.
Oh, my, you mean?
The arrangement between our two countries was already in place. One university student lawyer and one judicial assistant to be accommodated on a study tour. In other words, by arranging for someone else to fill the place originally intended for Mr. Asogi, I would successfully prevent the man from arriving on our shores for several years at least.
Wait, do you mean to say that it was all in aid of stopping Kazuma coming to Britain? That's why you...
Think back, Mr. Naruhodo. Was there not somebody who quite casually urged you to continue on the voyage to England?
This was me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shit. The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Maybe it was... I mean, I don't remember. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
The voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
So, you manipulated me?
Now, I've often remarked on the extraordinary lengths to which friendship will drive a man. I was quite sure that you would rise to the challenge for your late friend.
I don't believe it.
But if it was all contrived... I mean, what happened was treated by the authorities as murder. A woman was mistakenly arrested as the perpetrator. What do you suppose became of her?
Oh, we're gonna finally about to find out. Please tell me.
Please say yes.
Naturally, I didn't allow for the misapprehension to have any serious repercussions. I subsequently explained everything and assisted the unfortunate soul in finding the foreign refuge she sought.
Oh my god, is the cat okay? I seem to remember Mr. Zato and I had some rather strong words for her.
Well, she was certainly not devoid of all guilt. She deserved every word, I'm sure.
I wonder if she made it to America then.
I'm afraid I simply cannot comprehend of it. Why would you go to such lengths, Mr. Sholmes? Why were you so determined to stop Kazuma-sama from reaching Britain?
The truth is, 12 months ago, there was already a very tangible omen of the impending tragedy, you see.
Oh!
An omen that, at this very moment in time, is close at hand.
An omen of all these tragic events that already existed a year ago is close at hand. We need to find out exactly what Mr. Sholmes knows. Well, okay, apparently it was like, a telegram from Japan. So, what was in the telegram you received back from Japan then?
Ah, this? I thank my lucky stars it arrived in time. Record found as indicated. Duplicate follows. K Asogi / A Shin / T Gregson / J Wilson.
But those 4 names. We've come across that exact same list before. Except there seem to be slashes in between now. They came up in that unforgettable case last spring. What appeared to be a simple case of aggravated murder turned out to be monumental intrigue. A plot that involved the sale of British governmental secrets to foreign states. In exposing the means by which those secrets were being leaked, we deciphered a fragment of a message. K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, T. Wilson. Sorry, there are slashes in between.
Yeah, slashes
there
in
too.
between some of them, though.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
So
a
that's
comma.
really yeah, exactly.
So
It's
K
peculiar.
Asogi / A Shin,
Yeah,
Tobias Gregson / John Wilson.
What is the link? Oh, pardon me. Are they
Well-
supposed to be the assassins?
Well,
Or killed by those particular...
I was gonna say, yeah. But Wilson was in Japan.
Yes.
So maybe Gregson was Asogi's handler and Wilson was Shin's handler? Or something like that?
Ah, it's weird though.
Like, I don't know. Or associates. I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, either way, we can establish that Wilson is 100% involved in
Yeah.
this shit. One to kill, one to be killed. Maybe.
Sorry, my Tamagotchi's gone to sleep. So now she needs me to turn her lights off.
Asogi to kill Gregson and Shin to kill Wilson, because we
I
know
do
that Shin
wonder,
did
yeah.
kill Wilson.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
I'm sure we'll find out.
yeah.
And as we've established, I'm really dumb today.
So. But we didn't find the names out until the case was over, and we never did get to the bottom of what they meant. All we knew was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan. So, why are the names coming up again now?
Yes. Where did the sender of your telegram discover them, Mr. Sholmes?
I have here the message I had wired yesterday. Allow me to read it to you. Enter Judge Jigoku's office undetected and investigate telegram records. Expect to find communication from Britain dated 1 year ago.
Oh, super sus.
So, list of 4 names. Need by tomorrow. Naruhodo. Rude.
I sent it to a detective I know who specializes in clandestine missions of this nature.
You asked Inspector Hasanaga to undertake such an onerous task for you.
Sorry, the fact that he uses this
Using
picture with the turtle on top of his head.
It's amazing. Yeah, not enough text on there and then in our name. No, right? But like the thing is, yeah. There's actually too much text on there for a telegram.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's
that
super
is an
long.
expensive telegram.
Yeah, no wonder he was like, and you made me pay
and you
for
made
it.
me pay for this. Like, holy moly.
You fucking shit. And also that person taking must have been like, oh my fucking god.
Right.
And in my name? I wonder what guise he opted for this time.
My dear fellows, it was a matter of great urgency, you understand?
Anyway, the list of names was found in Sashiro's office, as Sholmes predicted. So you mean that mysterious collection of names that was sent from Britain to Japan was...
It was sent to Judge Jigoku. He was the intended recipient.
I don't believe it.
But that doesn't answer the question of what the list of names actually signifies. See, I was wrong. It wasn't sent to Kazuma.
No.
But it was a fun theory, though. I did formulate a hypothesis about that. But without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it.
Mr. Sholmes looks deadly serious for once. The telegram from Japan has been entered into the court record. A telegram from Inspector Hasanoga in Japan with details of the telegram he managed to locate by stealing into Judge Jigoku's office.
I'll be right back there.
Okay.
Well, the goof gets cold in the background.
Yeah, I know. It's like they didn't finish it. Like they didn't
They
touch
didn't
food
even
at all.
identify its existence.
No,
They were like, "Yay, beef," and they left the goof.
that's horrifying. I like how it's like, oh, we need to get to the bottom of this, and there are no more conversational topics with Sholmes. I'm like, goof, food, yeah, same thing. Oh, okay, I'm taking this short break to hydrate. You should do that too. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Does the game want me to like... Oh wait. Are we just... I don't think we can investigate anything more. I do like the fact that they changed the light in the room to really make it feel like it's night. And like, you know, are the curtains always drawn here? I don't remember all of a sudden. Either way, it feels really nice and cozy, if I'm perfectly honest. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say... I don't really think we have anything that we can give to Sholmes. But we also can't move to any other areas. Okay, what do we have? What can we present to Sholmes? Oh wait. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, so this is just the thing.
Oh, you didn't even mean goof, the food. I was thinking that you were like talking about goose, but like goof, because we said it was the goose earlier. Sorry, my bad.
Did we?
I done goofed. What?
We kept his sword.
Apparently.
I guess we did say
I guess
that.
he tied his tentacles on it, or maybe we did.
Yeah.
And that's where they went.
Yeah. Karuma, the Great Blade. It's such a thing of beauty. I want to gaze on it for
Well, it's
hours.
broken now, innit?
Yeah. It's ruined.
It gone down broked it.
The tip of the great sword. Broken. It's such a shame. It's been so meticulously cared for over the years. I can almost hear Karuma's sobs. Kazuma must have really taken a swing for that to happen. Well, actually, no.
Oh?
Yes, but also katanas from that time, they weren't all that, like, in terms of quality, because the metal was crap.
Like, yeah, but...
Yeah, I mean, he must have really taken a swing, yes.
Yeah, you can't just, like...
No, you can't just casually
Yeah.
make it fall off, allegedly.
well, yours ended up embedded in the sofa. And it's still fine.
Mine isn't from the oldie days.
No, I know, fine.
I used
Yours
to-
almost took my finger off.
Yes, well, that's why it's not with us. Because I couldn't move with it. It's been living in the Netherlands since.
Yeah.
If I've remembered correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter.
Yeah, the metal in Japan had to be folded
Yeah.
a lot to purify, makes it brittle as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
But I still, like, I think mostly that he had to take a massive swing into a metal trunk.
yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
I suppose actually, no, the thing that makes it... The fact that the metal was stuck in the trunk instead of just, like, lying on the floor
Mhm.
is what makes it...
Mhm.
I mean, he must have taken a hell of a swing for it to lodge,
Yeah.
rather than just snapping off,
Yeah.
I guess.
Mhm.
We had a knife tip land in a man's pipe too. We should have expected it to be... Yeah, nah, it's true. Yeah. This game is preoccupied with the tip.
Just a tip.
Just the...
It's okay, I'm allowed to say it.
You are.
You've already hit your quota, but I'm still allowed to say it.
I hit my quota about 5 minutes in. And
Yeah, you did.
Embarrassing. To think that every single one of the adventures of...
Sorry, I keep putting something on the overlay. You go.
Yeah, she keeps blocking my vision.
Uh-huh.
To think that every single one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine. Ah, it's such a dreamy thought.
I actually had a go on it the other day. The metal bars that moved when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're ruining my dreamy thoughts. Please don't do that again.
Now I've made Sujata sound angry as well. Well, okay, cool. So, I don't know, we have no more conversation on this subject, so
Weird.
clearly we need to present him with something.
Wait, what was it that we... What was it that we needed to get to the bottom of?
We were talking about Kazuma's death and the fact
Oh yeah, and then
the
we were-
great mystery about
yeah, his great lie.
yeah, and then he's like, no, don't want to talk anymore. I'm just gonna present this.
I
one for
guess.
kids and
I mean,
giggles.
we're not going to lose anything, right?
Yeah, no, I wish you mind looking at this. Sometimes he just has something
This is
funny.
hardly the time, Mr. Naruhodo, as I'm sure you'll appreciate.
Oh, no, of course not.
My attention is entirely drawn to one single matter now. The pheasant.
Anyone would think you hadn't eaten in weeks. Yeah, worth it. Where's the evacuation? Do we just want to present this? Maybe he has some more to say.
Yes, maybe.
There was
Aha.
no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. You were very clear that it was Judge Jigoku's office that should be searched, so you obviously knew that that's where the list of names would be found. It's really peculiar that they made us present this.
No,
I'm
right?
honest.
It is weird.
Kayosuke, Aishin, Tia Gregson, Jay Wilson.
But we only learned of those four names just over 6 months ago now, and only because they appeared as part of the top secret government communication that were linked.
That's true, yes. But at the time, you were unaware of the background. You see, those 4 names were wired to Japan around 6 months before that. Approximately this time last year, in fact, when you were both still in Japan. It really would be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others for intercepting state secrets.
I mean, yeah. When has that ever stopped you?
Because after all, I'm perpetually eavesdropping on communications between the British and Japanese governments.
Why? So,
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Well, like...
Just have fun, you know.
You're perpetually doing what? How? Is it because is this why you bought all those billion fucking, like...
Music boxes.
Your music boxes,
Player
yeah.
thingies.
Yeah.
Never mind the details. We can't be bothered to work them out. But you should know. No secret is safe from Herlock Sholmes when he has designs on knowing it.
Yeah, I believe it.
I believe it also. But also what?
Oh my, Mr. Sholmes, what a fabulous line! Now, 1 month after that list of 4 names was wired to the recipient Jigoku in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered. As soon as I learned of the incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turned out, I was partly correct and partly mistaken. Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow.
Mr. Sholmes, please, tell us all you know. Tell us about these 4 names and the tragedy to which they're all somehow connected.
The 4 names.
As I said, when I learnt of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names because, you see, there was someone else on the list who I believed to be recently deceased.
What? Who?
A Shin, as it was transcribed in Japanese script. In actual fact, Miss Asa Shin. That was a familiar name to me. She was a professional killer, well known among London's unsavoury classes.
Oh, I see.
But she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed. And accordingly, I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list.
Chaosogi and T. Gregson.
Owing to our proximity, I decided to take measures to protect Gregson myself. But I determined it would be safest if young Asogi were to stay away from Britain.
Ah, so that's why you went to such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead.
Yeah, I guess that is just how it is. Yep. He deleted his LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
I mean, she deleted her LinkedIn profile, so she must be
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, no, it's the only...
Exactly.
So, you already knew who Kazuma-sama was, Mr. Sholmes?
Oh yes, Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years. I've recounted many tales about Asogi to him in my letters, and the news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course.
So, Dr. Wilson is dead, then? I didn't know.
Okay! Good job, y'all. Oh, Iris.
I knew he wasn't my daddy, but still, that's very sad.
I'm so sorry, Iris. We knew the significance of the name, obviously, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to tell you.
No.
But what you just told us about Mr. Sorry, but what you just told us, Mr. Sholmes, it doesn't completely tie in with the facts. There's one big hole in your hypothesis.
A big hole, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah, that's what you can do to make rent.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, you mean about Asa Shin, I presume?
Oh, of course.
Exactly. She wasn't killed, was she? She was in Japan, posing as a visiting student under the assumed name of Giselle Brett.
I'm glad you're keeping up, my dear fellow. But I only became aware of that fact 2 days ago in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel. And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis that I'd formed surrounding those 4 names was completely turned topsy.
What? Topsy? Topsy hypothesis.
Topsy hypothesis.
What do you mean when you say your hypothesis was turned topsy, Mr. Sholmes?
I had believed all 4 names on the list to be the names of victims. However, I was mistaken.
Very much so. Assassin was a killer. So this telegram is a list of both victims and killers, is it?
Indeed. And it would seem that Miss Shin was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson. Her visiting student status being merely a front.
Ah.
Which would of course explain why no motive could be determined for her actions.
So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Assassin is because he was the target of an assassination.
And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram puts the list in a very different perspective.
What do you mean?
Well, does it not strike you there is another among the 4 who subsequently became a visiting student?
Wait, you mean...
But of course, a name you know only too well.
You mean Kazuma?
Oh!
Did he say in court earlier today?
Yes. On the 31st of October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk in order to carry out a mission.
And the mission was?
The assassination of the Mark. Young Mr. Asogi accepted that mission a year ago now. Surely not. In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts. An international agreement, one might say. An international agreement, one might say, detailing an assassin exchange.
An assassin exchange? How could Kazuma possibly have got involved in something like that? Assassination
it's
exchange.
such a serious word, and yet it's so easy to make sound stupid if you...
Yeah.
Assassination.
Yeah. Do you think they got a stock market for that? And it's called like the assassin exchange.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, murder stonks.
The
The assassin
stocks.
exchange.
Oh my god. Oh no, I need to leave you on this for a second. Yeah, so they can't prosecute the assassin in the country they kill. Yeah, and so they
So they repatriate them
yeah.
home to punish them, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
And
it's a good way of doing it.
yeah.
So. Oh no! Anyway.
Yeah, huh? Well, nothing we can do. They gotta go home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry to abandon you for a second. I'll be right back.
I can't believe you're leaving me.
Do you
With
need
the
to top up on the
assassin
hydration? Are you doing
No,
okay?
I'm good for tea, thank you.
Yeah? Okay.
Was Jigoku the actual target, or was it Gregson? It seems like it was Gregson.
Yeah, it really seems to have been. Which is interesting.
Which potentially means that, he lied, maybe? Saying that they were sent to assassinate Jigoku? And that Kazuma was the assassin? Maybe? I don't know. But do we really think that Kazuma killed Gregson? Because I still think it was Jigoku. But maybe Kazuma failed. I don't know. Long silence, tumbleweeds. I don't know what to say. And the list was found in Jigoku's office. Yeah, so like presumably Jigoku is part of this. But Gregson was also in on it generally. Given that Gregson was ostensibly arranging the assassinations. Like, I wasn't lying when I said I was dumb today. Okay, yeah, so yeah, we've established, I think, that Gregson was coordinating assassinations. I don't think that's still speculation. I think that's very much proven. But then maybe they decided they needed to get him out of the way? Maybe Jigoku was coordinating assassinations on the other side of the pond, as it were. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, it's weird, right? That just raises so many questions also, because he was in... I mean, Judge Jigoku was then in court prosecuting us, or trying to prosecute us, for murdering Wilson in the case that we didn't do on stream. And Kazuma helped us defend ourselves. So Jigoku would have known that we didn't kill Wilson. And we still don't know who the real professor was. I think we just... No, not yet. I think we suspect we know who the real professor is.
Yes.
But we haven't officially learned it, have we?
No, it's just like, it would make the most sense with the people we've been given.
Isn't Jigoku like the Minister of Justice in Japan? Yeah. Like, I believe
he's like,
yeah.
he's big. He's
and he was the judge. Both times as well, wasn't he? When Susato was
yeah, he was
playing defense too.
Yeah.
Playing defense.
But
defending her friend. He was the guy who was all like, no, this is the friend who killed. Yeah, a strong heart has to be in on it for sure. Yeah, I do feel like we've just been dangled along on a string by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
It's okay.
We suspected that pretty much everyone was in on it from the beginning anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I was clicking on this before. Oh, okay. No, I'm just cancelling it. Sorry.
Japanese Minister of Foreign Affairs. You're like, oh, him and Strongheart BFFs, but also you still think that might be the case. Yeah, I think
it wouldn't surprise me. That's for sure.
Definitely. They're both sassy little sausages.
Yeah.
We're ready to exchange assassin.
I just figure I'd click on it so we can continue once we're ready.
Let's assume that we have two parties, each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those two parties then make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets. That would then be an assassin exchange. So, to begin with, the British assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Japan, where she kills her target. And then the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Britain in order to eliminate his target. It certainly does sound like an exchange.
But what on earth is the point? Well.
Well.
Sorry, Katoba's having a little fit here.
Yeah. Oh, there's the pheasant stuck in his throat.
Don't forget, Naruhodo, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction. Thanks to diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction. Ah, yes. Such jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our two countries. So the fact that it was brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest levels. The highest levels? Yeah.
These murders were two sides of the same coin, linked not by a common motive, but by contractual agreement.
It kind of just sounds like everything was coming to an end, and the people that presumably had been working for them at some point in any capacity, or who knew about the 10 years ago case, are slowly being wiped out one by one, potentially?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
As such, they appeared utterly unrelated, yet in truth the assassins were complicit in one singular devilish scheme. That disassociation and the safeguard of diplomatic immunity were, I believe, the motivation behind this plot.
But wait a minute, Sholmes. Is this telegram real? Oh my god. If this telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting, it would mean that the Japanese killer's target was never Sashiro Jugoku at all. It would mean Asogi's target was actually Inspector Gregson. What? Kazuma was there for Gregson? So, Judge Jugoku wasn't actually the mark?
Yes, that's exactly what it would mean.
I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe.
Mr. Sholmes.
I told him of my fears and implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position.
Oof.
Obviously, with the young pickpocket in tow.
Yes, Gina. Come to think of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the Great Exhibition. That he'd been transferring that he'd be transferring to the Paris police and taking Gina with him.
But without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment, it seems. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last.
That is actually really sad, though.
Yeah. On the other hand, he was responsible
Yeah.
for the murders of a lot of people. On the other hand, a lot of very bad people.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the death penalty, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
This is too much to take in.
Alright, everyone, that's quite enough of all that serious talk for one day.
We have a court case tomorrow, Iris? It would
We
be
do,
useful.
yeah.
Isn't it, Hurley? I mean, look at the time.
Ah, quite right, Iris. We must conclude our preparations for tomorrow.
What preparations? Well, I think I shall make my way back to my hotel room now. This has certainly been a night to remember.
It is a little bit sad, though. I mean, I liked the idea of you being my daddy. Because then, Susie would have been my big sister.
I'm sorry, Iris. She could still be your big sister, though.
Yeah, right?
I know, Iris. I was thinking quite the same thing. Were you? But if somebody like me would be worthy, I would be delighted to become your sister. What? Really? Oh, yes, without question. So, you'll teach me all the ways you know to throw Runo to the floor? Yes, of course. It would be my pleasure.
You didn't have to agree quite so readily.
Oh, but wait a minute. If Susie's going to be my big sister, you could be my big brother if you want, Runo.
Huh? I mean, yes, of course. If you'll have me, I'll gladly be your brother.
Well done, Iris. We must always be mindful of feelings. I've raised you so well.
I don't want another boot. It's alright, she got a daddy. That's just fine. Because being sensitive is your strong suit. Naturally. It's okay. Do as he says, not as he does.
Yep.
Right. I'm going to work extra hard for tomorrow now because it's for my big brother and sister.
What is all this talk about preparing for tomorrow? Preparing what?
Guns, probably. You'll just have to wait and see.
Oh.
There's nothing says let's win a court case like preparedness.
Yeah.
Good luck in court tomorrow. I'm expecting a sterling performance.
Planning to blow up Strongheart. You know what?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
I'll do my very best, of course. So, the overnight break in the trial's proceedings became a crucial turning point, exposing new truths while posing new conundrums. That list of 4 names on the telegram in Judge Jigoku's office, and the extraordinary assassination plot in which my best friend had somehow become involved. I felt as though I had been plunged into an even greater darkness all of a sudden, but at the same time, I felt sure I would see the light again soon. Imposing much?
Very.
Because I was lucky enough to have the most wonderful family in the world standing steadfastly behind me. Do you actually know what happened to his own family? We don't really know anything about Rono's family, do we?
No.
He never talks about them.
Oh.
Like, he never seems to write to them either.
Nope.
Does Runo even have a family?
Presumably not. Just like Phoenix. Yeah.
It just suddenly dawned on me. It was like, wait a second.
Bruno's dad. Wait,
Didn't I have a kid? Like, oh my god, dude, where is the guy now? I wonder.
4th of November, 9:30 a.m. 1930. The Old Bailey courtroom. Evening. Trial's over.
do you think Dan Van Zieks has just been standing there all night?
I'm so sad we didn't get to visit him and walk him some
No,
more in his
right?
jail
I would
cell.
have loved that. It's okay, he was just sulking all night.
Before we begin today, I have a brief announcement.
Oh, this is gonna be good, isn't it?
As with the closed trial 10 years ago, some astonishing facts have come to light in these proceedings.
Yeah, I'm sure they have.
The revelation that the well-known Reaper is actually an organization illegally executing its own brand of justice. And the discovery that a respected yard inspector was at its heart until he himself perished in an assassination plot.
Yeah.
Well, I say to all members of the judiciary here present on this occasion that we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. P.S. I will be God.
Oh god, I didn't zoom in.
Councils, you will undertake this trial with the resolve to pursue the truth to the bitter end.
Resolve. Yes, that's my intention.
My lord, if I may inquire...
The defendant may speak.
On what grounds is Kazuma Asogi permitted to continue in his role as prosecutor?
Thank you for asking the real questions
No,
here,
right?
Darroch.
Like the man who has been experienced in court.
He has admitted to colluding with the victim in a plot to assassinate an innocent man.
I just think it's hilarious. It's like, I am done not talking. Fuck this
right?
shit.
I've missed him so much.
He shouldn't be enjoying the privilege of freedom, let alone be leading the prosecution. I submitted a written petition to Lord Strongheart.
Oh, has he now?
Requesting that judgment of my transgressions be delayed by 1 day. That's still not the point. Like, you shouldn't be here. You did what? In today's proceedings, I intend to expose everything. My whole life for the last 10 years has all been leading up to this 1 day.
Sorry. I just got distracted by the fact that I can't unsee. You know how Van Zix has his little, like, what is it called? The little sash across his chest. And the fact that it continues under.
Like a little beauty pageant queen thing, yeah?
Yeah, and then Kazuma's fucking armpit. Like, it's the same fucking thing, isn't it? Same color and everything. White with the red line going down.
Yeah, I mean, yep.
Sorry.
You're correct. He prosecuted Genshin before Van Zix was put on it by his demands. I think it was Strongheart.
Yes. But Van Zix asked Strongheart if he could do
Strongheart
it
was
instead.
the prosecution.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And
Strongheart.
Van Zix was like, "Please, Daddy, let me."
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
yeah.
And he also Jigoku was also Van Zix.
Pardon me?
Judge Jigoku's case as well was also Van Zix.
Oh yeah.
On top of that, like he
Yeah.
did the whole law of them.
Yeah.
Kazuma.
Whatever the outcome of this trial, I give my word that I will accept whatever punishment is deemed appropriate, however severe. And I suggest you prepare yourself for the same, Reaper. Hey, Oyo's Stray.
Kazuma is bristling with hostility today. I get a distinct impression we're heading into very dangerous territory.
Is that really even Kazuma-sama standing before us?
It does really feel like a different person.
It does, right?
Again, you
Like,
guys don't know him, but
everything before was just a lie.
yeah.
As an extreme exception to normal practices, I have granted this prosecutor's request.
I'm sorry,
Saying
Strong.
words with R's in them. Yeah.
Arting is great though. Far
Yeah.
better than, like, you know,
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
you've offered.
Much better listening to me do whatever that is. I'll make up for it by.
The defense finds this acceptable, I presume?
Okay, stop fondling his balls, please. Whoever is doing that.
Ugh.
Yes, my lord! We're just going to ignore this.
In that case, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again.
Can't believe I'm missing the other judge.
Yeah, right. I miss him too, believe me.
We resume the closed hearing of Baroque Van Zix.
The defense is ready, my lord.
The prosecution is more than ready.
Very well then. This preamble has taken long enough.
Yeah, you're telling us.
Prosecutor Asogi, begin!
Bring back Santa Judge, yes, please.
As you wish, my lord. The prosecution calls the first witness to the stand. Bring Sashiro Jigoku into the courtroom.
At last then, we've reached the final battle. He's putting literally everything on the line now in order to get through to the truth, even. Yeah, we can do this. Come on, Rinosuke. It's time for that steely resolve, because this is going to test it to the limit.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court. He's not out for the truth, he's after Fantiques for sure,
literally. And he would die for it.
Yeah.
Like, he will literally just...
Yeah. It does sure seem that way.
Mm-hmm. Ah, so it was you who issued this, was it?
Your subpoena? I did what was necessary.
Oh, well, look what a young man. Well, look what a young man has become. I didn't think I'd see the day when you'd take that tone with me, I must say.
The witness will ensure his responses are pertinent to the questions asked.
My name is Sushiro Jigoku, a Supreme Court judge from the Empire of Japan.
16 years ago, this man came to London as a visiting student. 6 years later, he returned to Japan. As well as presiding over the Supreme Court, he is also currently Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs.
I am, of course, fully aware of Mr. Jigoku and his preeminent roles. I invited him personally to the International Forensic Science Symposium as a representative of his country.
There's so many R's.
I hate this so much.
I hear he has also played a key role in the conclusion of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
It was a great honor to be involved in the negotiations. I put my all into that treaty. Deputy Goku, I must ask. Well, I never fancied a young murdering student turning up here of all places.
Wow.
You acquitted me yourself. And now I'm a practicing defense lawyer. Yes, full of self-importance, like your friend across the courtroom, I see. You came here to London by invitation of the International Forensic Science Symposium. But then, without informing anyone of your plans, you took flight to France. Took flight? Oh, I'd have to object to that turn of phrase.
Yeah, we already did the Jigoku retrieval arc.
Oh,
yeah,
we did, yeah. Then
Just today. in
yeah,
fact.
just today. Then explain yourself. What exactly were the circumstances? Well, I was somewhat expecting this, and I'm sorry to say. I decline to comment. What? Leaving the country prematurely when I wasn't invited guest may be questionable etiquette. But my decision is unrelated to this case. I can't be bound to testify.
Unrelated, you say?
I literally have to stand up to do that man's voice. I cannot do it sitting down. I don't have the lung capacity.
Chat, she should just switch to Discord Kitten voice for him instead. Do we want to spare her?
No, it's
she
fine.
can do that one. No
It's
problem.
good for me. It's nice exercising, but it does make the chair squeak even
Yeah.
more than normal.
I appreciate that the respected police inspector has been killed, for which I offer my condolences.
We did see the one true dance of deduction. It was beautiful.
It was.
It took us
Yeah.
by surprise.
It took us by surprise for sure. Yeah, I truly was not expecting
Tap, tap.
Mikotoba's feet to be that agile. That sounds wrong. I want to take it back. Anyway, however, being an alien, I'd obviously never met the man, nor do I know the first thing about him. As such, I'm in no position to testify. It's as simple as that.
So you would run from all this?
I beg your pardon?
This case is more far-reaching than the murder of Inspector Gregson. It has ties to another murder, a case that was tried in Japan almost a year ago now. A year ago in Japan? The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson, you mean?
That's right. And you, Judge Jigoku, are at the heart of both cases. The defense has evidence to prove it.
Well, Ryunosuke, I see from the look in your eyes that you're resolved to carry this through to the very end, too. Let's see your evidence, then. What proof do you have that Seshiro Togoku is involved in this case? Well, that telegram, I believe,
yeah,
is really the...
But I will do the thing.
Yeah, we do the thing, because chat would like you to save,
But
and
yeah,
I
the
would
telegram is indeed it, because this was sent to him.
I mean, it makes
Hold on, does it
sense.
say... Yeah, but still into
No,
Judge
double
Jigoku's
check
office.
that it actually says... Oh, yeah, fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a telegram detailing a communication sent between Britain and Japan approximately 1 year ago. The communication contained 4 names. K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, and J. Wilson. We're saying hold it. Oh, hold it! You little! Oh, where did you get that? In Tokyo. From your office, Judge Jigoku. What? How on earth did you...
What is this all about? Why is my name on that list?
This list of 4 names follows a certain pattern. T. Gregson and J. Wilson are the names of victims. K. Asogi and A. Shin are the names of assassins.
No.
A year ago in Tokyo, Dr. John H. Wilson's life was taken in a Western-style restaurant in the capital. The culprit was found to be a visiting student who went by the name of Giselle Brett. But her real name was Asa Shin, a professional killer sent on a mission to kill from Great Britain.
A. Shin and her victim J. Wilson.
And the murder that just took place here in London was the counterpart to that crime. An assassin sent from Japan, also a visiting student, Kazuma Asogi, whose victim was the British police inspector, Tobias Gregson.
K. Asogi and T. Gregson. One assassin from each country to kill a target residing in the other.
What exactly is the defense suggesting?
These 2 cases of murder, one that took place in Britain and one in Japan, were masterminded by a pair of individuals from each country as a form of assassin exchange.
It still sounds stupid whenever we say it.
And the telegram the defense has acquired is proof of this international contract to kill.
What?
Oh, he does got a fine booty too, doesn't he?
Wow, okay.
Well, he may be a killer, but he's still got a good man bun. Hey, the telegram was found in your office, Judge Jigoku. In other words, the mastermind in Japan was you.
Judge Jigoku, what's this all about?
No comment. And you, Kazuma, you lied. During yesterday's proceedings, you acknowledged that you'd accepted the assassination mission, but the mark wasn't Judge Jigoku at all. It was T. Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard, as shown by the name on the killing contract.
Very impressive, Inosuke. But actually, I didn't lie. The name of the target I was ordered to kill never passed my lips yesterday. The idea that Seshiro Togoku was the mark came entirely from you.
Ah! You deliberately avoided saying a name.
The defense claims these 4 names indicate some sort of international assassin exchange. I'm sure I speak for all present when I say that the very idea seems utterly absurd. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what do you have to say for yourself?
His silence only goes to prove his guilt.
There's another very important point that this new development brings to light. There's now a distinct possibility that the scene of Inspector Gregson's actual murder was in the witness's cabin, aboard the SS Grouse.
Judge Jigoku, you have to testify now. To refuse will put you in contempt of court. There's no need for quite such a vicious stare, young man. Very well then, as a parting gift to you all, I'll tell you everything I know.
It seems this Japanese gentleman has information that the court must hear. About the alleged assassin exchange. And the events of the night of the 31st of October. Present your formal testimony now.
As you wish, my lord.
Yeah, why do you call it a parting gift, right? Like, sus, sus, swos.
The assassin exchange. It is true that Kazuma Sogi was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now. The target was Inspector T. Gregson. That was a condition of the British study tour. However, in the end something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission.
Assassination.
Assassination? Mm-hmm. On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times.
No, it wasn't.
If there had been a shot fired, the crewman would have heard it, so clearly I can't be involved.
Yes, you can.
Also, money talks, you know, mate.
You're that too.
So you admit it then? As the communication suggests, there really was an assassination exchange arrangement between Britain and Japan.
Ching,
So
thanks,
assassin,
Cam.
but I keep
Yeah.
saying assassination. Assassin, I hate this word.
Snusness.
A snasness. A political endeavour at the highest levels. Not something I can discuss here.
A snoo.
To use such a worthy practice as a foreign study to coerce somebody to commit murder. It's the most appalling thing I've ever heard.
Appalling? Well, it's easy to judge. Is it though? You sounded like it sounded like your job is Wilhelm.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Pardon?
Asogi had a reason for taking his sword to that British inspector, you know. What? Which is why he accepted the mission in the first place. Isn't that right, Council? Oh, just throw him under the bus, please.
Right.
Kazuma-sama?
He's been just played. Like, I feel like Strongheart has played, like, everybody here. Like,
yeah,
I don't know,
for sure.
man. I mean, you're right. It is easy to judge, apparently. Every judge has been shit.
Yep.
It's true. Judge Jigoku, if you are the mastermind behind this operation in Japan, then tell the court the identity of your counterpart in Britain. Well, I am not obliged to divulge that information.
As I said yesterday, I've killed nobody. I freely admit that I accepted the mission, but on the night the plan was to be executed, I backed out.
Easy thing to say, isn't it? I was like, no,
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Guy still died, but I didn't do it. Oh.
In short, this assassin exchange that the defense has identified is unrelated to the events of this case.
The crucial point is this. Your police inspector can't have perished aboard the steamship in Dunkirk. Because if he'd been shot in the cabin, it's inconceivable that a member of the crew wouldn't have heard it. You stuffed socks in the fucking tubes.
You stuffed socks in your tube, and also there was a fire drill.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So...
That's right. Gregson was killed after returning to London, in the room on Fresno Street.
Dude, like, there was literally a whole thing. Okay. So this
There's
is the
a
thing
whole
that
ass
bothered me.
gunshot hole, for sure.
Yeah, but no, this is the thing. Like, at the very beginning of the case, I swear that those outside talk about a trunk being dragged inside of the place, and it's never been brought up since. And it's been kind of wrestling around in the back of my head.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, what's about that trunk that
But
they
yeah,
talked
they
about?
saw somebody bringing a trunk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
And then
uh-huh.
they were like, yeah, Van Zieks did that.
Yeah.
But Van Zieks was very much in a club.
Mm-hmm.
And he was witness there. So he has an alibi for the time that the murder potentially could have been, which is good. I'm glad we established that. Confirming you arrange international assassinations is a very bad thing regardless. It's like saying, sure, we commit war crimes, but this isn't The Hague. No, I know, right? Like... And the perpetrator of the crime was the Reaper, Baroque Van Zieks.
He was chilling in the club, man.
No, right? The prosecution's accusation remains unchanged.
To think that a seemingly innocent foreign exchange program was a facade for such Machiavellian dealings.
As if this fucking... Like, dude... You fully
Yeah.
don't want...
Clearly, it's a plot only a government minister and high-ranking judge, such as the witness, could hope to execute.
So, are you just throwing yourself under the bus here? It's like, there's no way that, like...
Definitely couldn't have been me. No, no, no. Not me myself. No, no, no.
Well, I seem to recall that it was someone on the British side who controlled everything.
Be that as it may, it is not the place of this court to pursue this villainous assassin exchange plot.
No, just in case my son comes out. Because I'll be rubbish.
We are concerned only with the tangible events pertaining to the murder of Inspector Gregson.
And not anything that I might have done, me, myself, and I. Oh, sassy. Don't look at me. Oh.
Is the defense clear on that point, counsel?
Yes, my lord. I'll keep that in mind as I cross-examine the witness.
Good. Don't look over here. Oh,
Cross-examination... Let me switch.
nothing to see here.
It is true that Kazumi... Kazumi? He's now called a Kazumi. Was assigned to the assassination mission 1 year ago now. The target was Inspector T. Gregson. That was a condition of the British study. Oh, we've just gone through all this, haven't we?
Yeah, we need to press him now.
Yeah, we need to press him.
Beedly boop.
I'm gonna be an asshole and ask if we want to continue with this tomorrow, because it would be a good place to start. I know.
I know what you mean, but yeah, this would be a good place to start tomorrow. Ugh.
I'm sorry, everyone. I would like to push, but like it's going to get into the juicy bits and like I
It's
don't know,
so
man.
difficult. Yeah, like I want to keep going,
Same.
but I hate that you have a point.
Yeah.
Because yeah, also we're going to be bringing up the fire drill
Yeah.
stuff and
Yeah. It's also because I kind of want a fresh brain and my
for
brain's
Super
starting to
Jigoku
flag.
breaking a desk when he breaks down in court.
Yeah,
well, he does
absolutely.
have precedence after
Well,
all.
yeah, exactly. And earlier, like that slam, I was like, whoa.
That's true. Yeah.
That's a spicy
It's only so
slam.
much that it can
Yeah.
withstand,
Yes.
hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just I think I'm gonna call it a day here. That's because I'm just sleepy.
That's also fair.
Like,
We are sorry.
yeah, I'm sorry. Blame my medication. Blame the lack of funding for the NHS in this country somehow for it.
We're blaming Socket's antibiotics.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just on my. I lost count how many antibiotic courses I'm on by now.
Yeah.
While I wait surgery. Anyway,
yes. Hopefully we will be back tomorrow to do this.
we fully plan to. It will still be between 8 and 8:30. It's easy right now, because otherwise it's a difficult time chunk to start. Sorry, hold on. No offense, you just missed the foolery.
Yeah, there's a lot of foolery going on here.
Yes, very much. Very much. Nah, we
Only fools here.
speak for yourself.
I do. Justice dancing twice a week. I mean, that's, to be fair, that's all I could ever possibly ask for.
Isn't that literally the job as a streamer? We are just little jesters that play.
Just little tiny jesters that live in your computer and dance for you occasionally.
If you miss us, you can always check the VoDs.
It's true.
I'm always wondering if after this we need to do the first case. Oop.
Well, just go back.
Yeah, and I don't say a thing because oopsie. Well, okay. I know the first case, but you don't.
That's true.
You're
Then
like,
you
oh
bribe
no.
a third weekly stream with shiny rocks.
The thing is, I don't have enough time to run the business as is.
This is the problem.
That is my
Yeah.
problem. Because of my health problems, I'm very short on time.
Mm.
But I do wanna poke Pocket to stream more, even if it's random streams.
Yeah.
I've been kind of gently nudging her.
Yeah.
We may be looking into a third, but it will be a random one.
It would be a random, like, during the day kind
Yeah.
of stream, so I can't promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, like, the evening streams, we kind of pretty much have stuff on as well.
Yeah.
Most other days.
Yeah.
So it's a toughie.
It's a toughie.
So, yeah, no,
We might be able to squeeze a daytime stream
Pocket
in
playing
somewhere.
games that Pocket is very bad and panicky at would be amusing also.
I
That's-
know.
That's...
I know.
Yeah, that...
I think she should play Subnautica.
Oh.
Her PC can handle it now. She no longer has an excuse to not play Subnautica, and it will be the best thing ever.
What?
I need to get some funds for Subnautica. Hold on. Yeah. She's totally not scared of underwater things at all. I mean, she likes underwater things. She just doesn't like rising water. And she doesn't mind Resident Evil. She will actually not be as panicky as all that.
Yeah. Yeah, Resident Evil... Well, no, hang on.
That's the one you've returned.
Yeah. That's the one I would... Yeah, when I first bought that on my PlayStation.
Oh, you can play Silent Hill 2 now.
No, I couldn't. No,
Yeah, you can play. No, she will get nightmares.
No,
She will
because
get
mannequins exist. And that is a thing that I will not do. Yeah, no, Resident Evil I actually found quite dull.
The first one you played.
The
I
first
think,
one, yeah.
Yeah.
It was when I got my PlayStation
Mhm.
back in the day. I returned Resident Evil.
Didn't you get Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
7?
7. Yeah, I did.
Oh.
That was baby's very first Final Fantasy, and it was because, yeah, I back when Electronics Boutique was still a thing in the UK, and they had like just you could return a
Stone
game
Age
after
and
7
everyone.
days. Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, you could just return games. I remember
Yeah, after
too.
7 days, you could be like,
Yeah.
no, I actually don't like this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I returned so
So-
many games.
Yeah. Same. But I think Resident Evil was the second one I'd returned. And it was always the same employee because my uncle used to take me. And we went on a Thursday and it was always the same guy and he was like, okay, this is... You're really picky, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
And Ages to Dust at the mention of Electronics Boutique, I know, right? Like, does just wither me into, like, Disney villain style powder. Just thinking about how old I am. But, This one actually was directly opposite a game, which I always thought was really funny. There was like electronics boutique was on one side of the shopping center, like aisle. You know, like English shopping centers. I don't know about other countries, but English ones, they tend to have like a middle like rotunda part and then branches that come off. And there was electronics boutique, and then opposite electronics boutique was game, and then next to that was a Baskin Robbins.
The good days when malls were actually like a thing.
Yeah. So you know what happened every Thursday? I took a video game back, and I got ice cream. Yeah. Boy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, no, but then one of it was actually like a friend who was a boy but not a boyfriend of one of my friends. I ended up waiting for a lift to my mum was gonna pick me up. At that point, I was a child. My mum was gonna pick me up, but the friend I think had to go out or something, so I ended up staying at this friend who was a boy's house, and my mum was delayed. So he was like, "Oh, you want to see my PlayStation?" I was like, "Oh yeah, what are you playing?" He was like, "Oh, it's this game called like Final Fantasy VII," and he made me play the snowboarding game.
That's like very, very accurate description of the rest of the game.
Yeah, he made me play the snowboarding game, and I was like, "Well, that wasn't really," but you know, he was like, "Yeah, you should try the game. You'll like it." Yeah. And then literally then he tried to kiss me, so I don't want to think about the rest of that. But then I was like, I was in electronics boutique, and I was like, well, Resident Evil was kind of boring, so maybe I'll try this Final Fantasy VII thing, which, you know, hopefully isn't just snowboarding. I can always bring it back if I hate it. Anyway, so I liked Final Fantasy VII, and that became the rest of my personality forever. Final Fantasy VII and Trauma. I know, right? Bargain for sure. Nah, teenage boys.
Yeah,
It was fine.
definitely English ones.
He had braces, and I was stronger than him. So, I was so gay even back then.
Yeah, you just didn't know it yet because you didn't know it was an option.
Yeah.
Yay, education. That's
Yay,
the time.
education. Yeah, I was like, well, if this is going to be the rest of my life, I don't like it. I have absolutely nothing against teenage boys. I just don't like them anywhere about my person. Much like spiders.
I think I must always like I surrounded myself and I only had male friends. I mean, actually no, I had some female friends, but I just found it easier because of my hobbies. I think I think I was just too scary. Like they needed to mess with me.
Yeah, I was that very shy, retiring, quiet kind of girl that people like. Well, mostly actually. That said, I speak badly on teenage boys. Teenage boys weren't nearly as much of a problem for me as middle-aged and older men were.
That thing.
Because I was very much that quiet, shy little girl that they like.
Yeah.
And my mother encouraged it.
Anyway.
Moving
on.
You used to be really outgoing and energetic, then secondary school ruined you. Oh, see,
Yeah.
secondary school was actually where I started getting the way I am.
Mhm.
The bullying intensified, but so do I.
Mhm. Yeah, I had to deal with many crushes for some ungodly reason, but people also scared of me. It's a great combination.
Yeah, people my own age loathed me, but grown-ups thought I was great, which is, I'm learning now, indicators of very specific types of neurodivergence. The flight with only 2 times in your life, it's been the scariest thing, and partly only realised later because you were raising ace and utterly oblivious to anything like that. Yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah. I just thought people wanted to be friends, so was the other. This was the great neurodivergent thing, isn't it? It's like, oh, I thought they just wanted to be friends.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it was the women in my life. I was like, oh no, I am so not into you to the point that I could pretend to be straight for a bit if you don't mind. Bye! You know the one one I talk about.
I do know the one you talk
She
about.
was a psycho bitch, okay? She
Yeah.
tried to make my life hell.
I'm aware of that. Yeah. The problem with being a guy is you don't realize if people flirt with us, you're oblivious to it when it happens.
Yeah,
The thing
makes
is, I
sense.
mean, I yeah.
Mhm.
The thing is, when the flirting from people my own age actually started, I was, at that point, very gay.
Mhm.
But I didn't know how to handle it coming from... It was always the opposite. Sex.
Mhm.
For me. And I was like, but why? Why no lady? Why no lady like me? Why?
Mhm.
Not even you, because you were also standing at that time going, no, I am straight. I like boys only. No girl allowed.
Then at some point in my life, I realized I only like fictional men.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm actually gay. I just like the
Yeah.
concept of fictional men. I see. After dating like a whole bunch of guys and never working out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like I like fictional guys a lot.
It wasn't a thing at the time. You couldn't differentiate. I was like,
No.
no, if you're into this like in fictional format, you must be into it in real life. It's like, no.
Because like straight relationships in fiction, I go absolutely mushy over.
Yeah.
But they're not for me. You said you finally talked yourself to posting art. Nothing bad will happen. No, nothing bad will happen.
No,
You're
do
fine.
it, do
no,
it, do it.
You can just go and sleep. You won't need a paper bag to breathe into. No, I have no idea how anybody does it. It's difficult. You're the inverse. You like women, but there's a lot of buff, furry men that you see and you go,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I can understand that.
For the longest time, I thought I couldn't possibly be a lesbian because I didn't like any girl-on-girl content. But it wasn't until I got older that I realised it's because the girl-on-girl content was made by men for men.
Yes, it's one of those things like, oh wait.
Oops.
Never mind that like my entire collection of what I was into was all the shonen men. I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
It's like, yes, I do like those pretty, don't I?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Reminds me, I'm gonna add Subnautica to our wish list.
Yeah, you're right. That would be a funny one to play, and my PC can handle it now.
Yeah, you can play it and you can stream it.
Yeah, boy howdy, if anybody liked my reaction to the Skyrim mannequins, you're gonna love my reaction to some of these other games. I'm a coward.
You're not.
I'm a scary baby. I mean scared baby. Not a scary baby. Baby's out. How do we go from Resident Evil to this? Oh, yeah, well, okay, we went from, me returning Resident Evil and thinking Final Fantasy VII would be good, to then being all like, oh, and then boys. Confuse me still. If I'm honest. Tiny cobbled.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't mean.
You derailed the stream again.
Yeah, I did.
hope you're
and
proud
I'm
of yourself.
sorry. I'm sorry. Right.
Tomorrow we will return with this.
Yes, we will.
We'll be pressing Jigoku into the bin.
Pardon me?
Or,
We already did that. In the trunk on top of him.
you can take it.
In court.
In court.
Right?
Right. Thank you guys for also being like, yes, Pocket, stream more, stream an additional day, because I've been quietly bullying her to stream more, even when I'm like only half around or not around at all.
Yeah.
She thinks she's not a good streamer. Can you believe it?
I mean, you complete me, my darling.
No.
I am not.
No.
And I don't think I'm a good solo streamer at all. Especially not when I'm not doing funny voices.
Okay, if I can stream Final Fantasy X-2 by myself, you can solo stream.
You weren't by yourself per se.
You were in the other room dying of COVID.
Yeah, one day, and I was in chat.
Yeah.
So.
I can still be in chat while I'm doing things.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's you. The outro.
No, I never like to promise that we'll be back tomorrow, but we should theoretically be back
That's the
tomorrow
plan. Yeah.
with this guy.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to the stream.
Yep.
Don't forget, keep the heart, cart in your heart. There we go. Do a maleficent voice, and we can pitch the stream to a bunch of Kingdom Hearts fans. Also, I can't do the maleficent voice on cue. I unless the Strongheart voice was that again today. I can't tell. So
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
can't tell.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
Unless you mean the Discord keyboard. In which case, yeah, I can do that whenever you want. It's no problem.
Yeah, I'll just do an entire stream like that.
I can totally do
I will not be joining you. Jack can though.
the Uber voice in the wrongest games. Yeah, like
It was time to make it play Silent Hill.
yeah. I was just thinking horror games in Ubu, and like I know for a fact that we've stated, definitely privately. I don't think publicly that we will not be playing Mouthwashing.
No!
Because-
No!
It's such a good game, but I'm glad I watched somebody do a playthrough of it because there are so many bits of it that I actually literally couldn't have done.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yeah, that would have been a fun game
to do in your woo voice.
but also absolutely abhorrent.
Yes.
Because the themes that game deals with, I would be extremely disrespectful. Oh my god, alien isolation with mic sensitivity on.
Oh, no. No.
You haven't seen it all, but you know enough. Yeah, it's a really, really good, but also really disturbing. Yeah, but really well done. Kudos to the studio. Yeah, horror games that are suitable still. Yeah, like horror games that are like proper horror rather than like the subtle kind of psychological horror that deal with tough topics. Anyway, yes, we had a cart in our heart.
Always follow the kobold motto. Live, laugh, loot.
And until next time, I'm also not big on horror games, so we'll suffer together.
Good night.
Good.
Hope you'll be well.